bed today if you didn't want to in that game against Seattle last week when you guys were fighting for the number 1 seed and the only bye you get in the division or in the conference, and you lose that game. So now what do you get? What do you win? Right? What do you win? Stupid choice, stupid games get stupid prizes, and the prize was you get to go on the road outside in Philadelphia and face the defending champions, the Philadelphia Eagles. Oh, by the way, you have more guys on IR than anybody else. Oh, by the way, early in that game, you lose one of the last remaining glue guys and emotional support guys on your team in George Kittle with an Achilles injury. And what do? You find a way, even you lose the turnover battle, but you still find a way to win a game you shouldn't have even been played in. So the number one thing I want to do is take my hat off to
Grainger knows that as the procurement coordinator at a manufacturing plant, you can count on auto reordering to have the PPE you need on hand. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
With this team and getting them prepared to play every week, losing as many players, key players, not just anybody, but key players. I think they're on their 6th and 7th, maybe 8th linebacker, Kendricks, who had a tremendous play.
Your home should be comfortable, efficient, and worry-free year-round. Here at High Efficiency, we specialize in making your home energy efficient and comfortable. Call High Efficiency Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning today. Your home, only better.
Coach of the year. He's winning coach of the playoffs so far. It's been a tremendous time. Lee, I mean, I know you may still be reeling a little bit from the Bears game. I know.
Yeah,
how you feel? Are you okay today?
No, I am not, but it
Okay.
is, it's hard to enjoy good football coming off of a loss like that,
Mhm.
but it's something I'm used to.
Okay.
I'll say
all right,
that.
All right.
As a Packers fan, I feel like we are more attuned to it than most people. I don't know if that makes it easier. Honestly, I think it makes it harder.
Yes.
It compounds. It extrapolates. It gets exponentially worse every single year for 16 years straight now as a Packers fan, give or take a few years. Yeah, I don't know if you're asking me if I'm enjoying the day so far.
No, I just wanted to make sure. Look, this is a wellness check. I know how important playoffs are to people, especially when they have a vested interest.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like we work in a business where we talk about all sports, we talk about all teams.
Yeah.
But whenever we have colleagues that follow a team, I want to make sure that you're okay if it doesn't go your way. It's a big deal.
Yeah, I think my outlook on life changes.
There we go.
I think I used to be kind of like a Dumb and Dumber, like so you're saying there's a chance kind of guy, very optimistic, and now I'm very much more of a Murphy's Law. Whatever can go wrong will go wrong.
Yes.
Person.
Mm-hmm.
Just expect it. Expect that, hey, 21-point lead. That's nothing. Yeah, I had Bears fans texting me congratulations at halftime, and I was very mad at all of them.
Really?
I said, stop it.
Oh,
they were conceding. They were conceding in the first quarter.
It's either that or they were doing the old, reverse mind trick on you.
And I let myself.
You fell for it.
I got cocky.
You fell.
I got cocky at halftime, and I got cocky at the interception in the fourth quarter. But I knew it. That it was slipping away as it was happening. If McManus had maybe hit that 55-yarder before halftime, I would have felt a little better about it. But
what we know is kicks do matter.
I hate you. Yep. I usually laugh at you, E.
I know you do because I'm always ranting.
You're always.
I'm always ranting, and I'm always talking about kickers and they're not really part of the team.
I think the coaches should be kickers. How about that? Let's just get rid of these 65-yard kicking kickers, and let's just put the coaches out there. Strap on a helmet, one of those little 1-bar helmets, and let's see what they can do. That would make it more entertaining.
Okay, so I want to ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Where does Green Bay go from here? Are they fine? Because when you really look at it, they were 9-7-1. It wasn't like now the expectations prior to the season, and this is we can find it somewhere. I'm sure you said it somewhere on the air. Prior to the season, you had a prognostication about the Green Bay Packers, correct? You had a feeling about.
I mean, I have it in lamination right here. I have the Packers in the Super Bowl versus the Ravens. So
okay,
yeah.
Okay, so you just jump out the window type of situation.
I did have the Ravens beating the Packers. So I mean, I usually try not to be as homer as possible.
Okay.
I try to show a little, I at least try to prove that I'm not as biased as possible.
Yes.
But I honestly was hot on the Packers.
Okay.
Objectively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you guys started out okay, right? Like
everyone jumped on the bandwagon.
Yes.
I think in week 1 and 2
yes.
after the Eagles and Commanders back-to-back wins. And then they got smacked in the jaw a little bit. And that's fine. That's part of the season. And of course was it 4 games to end the regular season.
Yeah.
And I was okay with that. We talked about this last week. I was like, you know what? Let's air it out. Let's air out all the dirty laundry. Let's start off. As long as we could get over the hump of the Bears, we would erase all that. In my opinion, is what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now it's gravity is gone. I don't know what's up and what's down. I know we're gonna, Love is our future. Mike is our future. We have a lot in our future to be looking forward to. We got Tucker. Everyone's gonna be healthy. It's gonna be fine. We got a lot of young talent. We're still good on money. No draft picks, but no problem there. It's the coaching staff, and that's the biggest question. That's going to be the biggest question. This is going to happen quickly.
So, are you saying that it's time for LaFleur maybe to go do something else?
LaFleur is going to coach.
Okay, not
whether or not it's in Green Bay.
Wow.
I love Matt LaFleur. I do. I really do. And
breaking news.
I think he's as frustrated as any Packers fan. I think he, he's as frustrated as all of us are. That we just can't do the little things to just end a game, to end it. And this has been happening since before LaFleur's tenure there. I think the priority for me, I think Hafley was the most exciting coaching hire for the Packers in the last several years. I would rather keep Hafley than keep LaFleur.
Oh, okay.
And if that meant him usurping him as head coach and LaFleur going to, say, Atlanta or somewhere else, I'd be happy with that.
This is Fox Football Sunday. I am Ephraim Salam. Mark Willard is out celebrating the Niners win. He'll be back with us shortly.
Yep.
This is Lee Robert DeLapp, the 5th, 6th. Which one is this? 7? Are you 7?
I'm the 4th. I'm the 4th, but I'm the 5th Lee.
Okay, the 5th Lee.
Yeah, there was a Lee Romer first, and then there was a 4 Roberts.
This is the 5th, Lee the 5th,
Mm-hmm.
Filling in our super producer and our resident Green Bay Packer cheesehead, who we're just doing a wellness check on because that was a tough loss to a team the parity between the Bears and the Packers this year has been tremendous for the league. The fact that they've played 3 games in less than 35 days and all 3 of the games have been spectacular bodes well for one of the league's oldest rivalries. I think it adds to the success of this season, the regular season. It's something that football needs. We need the Packers and the Bears rivalry to be good, just like we need the Steelers and the Ravens rival to be good. These things matter. It didn't work out for the Pack. The Bears have a resurgence. Caleb Williams, although his completion percentage is not what you would want it to be, somehow he finds a way in the fourth quarter to win games. I believe that was their 8th victory, where they had to, or 1-score victory, and they had to come back and do something miraculous in the fourth quarter. He's shown to be a dangerous quarterback when it comes to having an opportunity to win, and that's the one thing opposing coaches can't prepare for. And Caleb Williams has shown us that. We're live in Fox Sports studios. I am Ephraim Salam. Mark Willard will be joining us shortly. He's celebrating. Coming back from the break, we'll talk about the rest of today's action and yesterday's action. Stay with us. We'll be with you in a second.
The NFL's regular season came and it conquered. And now we feast on the NFL playoffs.
Yummy.
Go time! Your wild card weekend is here. Every game, every snap, the best NFL playoff coverage lives here. We're Fox Sports Radio.
DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, makes every playoff moment feel bigger. DraftKings has your back with early exit protection. If the player in your eligible NFL prop bet goes down at any point in the first half, you still get paid in cash. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code UPONGAME. That's code UPONGAME to turn $5 into $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. Connecticut, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino in Kansas, wager tax pass-through may apply in Illinois. 21 plus in most states, void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets, which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. Limited time offer.
This new year, get started on your next success with University of Maryland Global Campus. Apply by February 11th and get your application fee waived. An accredited state university, UMGC offers online and hybrid classes, along with more than 135 degrees and certificates in fields like business, cybersecurity, healthcare, and more. Gain the skills you need to achieve your career goals. Get your application fee waived through February 11th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chef.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9871. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9871. That's 800-575-9871. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
You ready?
Yay! Dan Patrick, always saying the right things.
Here's my thought process with this.
If I had abs,
Just think about it.
and always asking the right questions.
You don't have to answer it. I have to ask the question.
It's the Dan Patrick Show.
I want publicity.
Doing radio the only way he knows how. Listen weekdays at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific. Right here on Fox Sports Radio.
This is The Herd.
When Colin Cowherd drops the info,
The Herd.
you need to listen.
Miami, the Miami Hurricanes will be the most talented team in the national championship. They've got more talent than Indiana, and they physically dominated Ole Miss. But Ole Miss took 2 fourth-quarter leads. That's why I'm not sure if Miami can beat an Indiana. Between the Hurricanes' drop passes, drop picks, late hits, penalties, and weird play calling, you let your opponent back in games all year. Miami needed a touchdown with 18 seconds left, yet they had a 41-minute to 18-minute time of possession advantage. They pushed Ole Miss all over the field. You can't beat Indiana and be that inefficient. I don't care how much more talent you have. I mean, why did Carson Beck throw 37 times? Why? He could have thrown 7 times. They were running all over Ole Miss, and they started doing flea flickers and difficult passes and risky sideline throws. I don't know if Miami plays complimentary football, but it is just a flood of speed and size and strength and power and aggressiveness. And let's just see what happens. So if you want to watch talent, turn on the Miami Hurricanes, a team that's massively improved from the middle of the season. This team lost to Louisville. And Louisville's not a bad program, but I mean, this team has really improved, and that speaks to the coaching staff. They're like a 14-year-old after a big bag of Skittles. They're all over the place. But you got to appreciate...
If you're eager to find out what Colin said next, just podcast it by searching The Herd. And as always, you can listen live to Colin Cowherd, weekdays at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, on Fox Sports Radio. It's Jason Smith.
Oh, you're that bloke on the radio.
It's Mike Harmon.
Ta-da! I'm kind of a big deal.
And they talk sports.
The one person that this playoff is not fun for is my wife.
Amongst other things.
I had an incredibly long dream about Jerry Jones last night.
Really?
Did I mention they're best friends?
You're hateful, and I'm positive.
It's the Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon.
Bang.
Weeknights at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific on Fox Sports Radio. Yeah! Did you know that we have original podcasts too? Check out Overpromised with Cavino and Rich.
We'll see you in the overpromised land.
Or Inside the Parker with Rob Parker for you threadheads.
Baseball.
The I Want Your Flex podcast with Dan Beyer and Mike Harmon for fantasy junkies. And what about everything Up on Game presents offers? Want more Ben Maller? How about the Fifth Hour podcast? We have a podcast for everyone. And it's all on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts. FS1. To find FS1 on your television, go to foxsports.com for details. FS1. Go to foxsports.com for details.
Ephraim Salam, this is Salam and Willard on Fox Football Sunday. Thank you for being here and checking us out. And since you're here, you might as well go to YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to Fox Sports Radio YouTube channel. Just search Fox Sports Radio on YouTube, and you'll see the best videos from all of our shows. And don't stop there. Hit that thumbs up icon and comment away. Let us know whose takes you like, and especially mine, and even those takes you don't like. Just search Fox Sports Radio on YouTube and subscribe. We're here. Our 5th game of this Super Wild Card weekend has just kicked off between the Chargers and the Patriots. Chargers kicked off to the Patriots. Patriots received, and they have it's been a 3-and-out or a 4-and-out so far. So Chargers coming back from the break will take over the ball after a punt. And I guess the biggest story here with the Patriots, as well as Drake May has played, and the job that Mike Vrabel has done with the Patriots, they had the easiest schedule in quite some time. I'm talking almost a half a century. Not really playing any teams over 500 or any contending teams. And so we're at a situation now is this team good enough to beat a Chargers team, although the Chargers don't have any offensive tackles? I think they called me one time. I let it go to voicemail. I didn't want any parts of that. My sciatic wouldn't be able to handle that. But this will be quite the test for Mike Vrabel and Drake May and these Patriots who've, they've opened a lot of people's eyes. They're clearly have turned this thing around and are now a dynamic team. I believe Mark is is done celebrating. He's back with us, and he's ready to be a part of
I was
this.
going to say, speaking of quite a test, I think that's what we've just given you. I think that's what we've just given you.
Oh, no, man. I'm built for this. Come on
But you
now.
passed it. You passed it.
Yeah.
Come on, I know you are.
Come on, man.
I know you are. You asked me a question right off the top. Can I breathe?
Yes.
And the answer is sort of no.
No.
The answer is it's sort of no. But I mean, we're here. We're amazed. I tell you what,
See? Unable to breathe. I'll finish his sentiment. The amount of pressure we feel watching our teams in win or go home moments, it's tough. We're fans too. The good thing about what we do is I get to come in here and I get to vent, or I get to heap praise on teams or coaches or players. I get a lot of that. Basketball season is picking up, and we all know I'm a Laker fan, so I'll be spending a lot of time on air while the Lakers are playing. So I definitely get to know what that feels like. But I also believe for Justin Herbert, this is a big test. Now, I think he has more passing yards than any other player in the first 6 years of their career, or is either he has more or he's second. He's a prolific thrower of the football. That's not the problem. Can he win playoff games? For the first 5 years or 4 years of his career, he was saddled with the coach, in my opinion, had no business being the head coach, and Brandon Staley, and they stuck with him a little bit too long. So essentially, it was just Justin Herbert out there trying to figure things out. He's clearly figured things out. He's one of the most prolific passers in all of football. He can make throws only a handful of guys can make ever. And so now being teamed with Harbaugh, people want to see what this duo can do. Now, granted, losing both your starting tackles and your backup tackles does have an effect to the fact of Justin Herbert's been hit more than any quarterback in the league. And yet, here they are at 11-6 in the playoffs with an opportunity to go up against the 14-3 New England Patriots and prove that they belong. This is a battle of two teams out to prove themselves. Number one, for New England, they're proving that they are a top-tier team, and it doesn't matter who they face, whether it's a playoff team, a team with a winning record, they just win and beat players in front of them. For the Chargers, it's, can we win playoff games? Can we get to a point to where Justin Herbert is playing meaningful games late in January, early February? That's where this team is headed. Now, I know the Chargers will be better next year because the Chargers will be, as a former offensive lineman, I know how impossible it is to replace a left tackle, or replace a right tackle, and then replace a backup left tackle. It's a difficult task to do. And the fact that they're here, it's sort of along the lines of what San Francisco's doing, right? All of the injuries that they have, but that's a testament to the ownership. That's a testament to the GM, the coaches, preparing your team no matter who you have with you. That's something that's difficult to do in this league. And when you have a coach the caliber of Kyle Shanahan, the coach the caliber of Harbaugh, then this is what you get. There are no excuses. None of the good coaches find excuses. They just come out and play. Mike Vrabel is also in that category and in that conversation. Mike is also in the conversation of Coach of the Year. What he's done in 1 year in New England has been unbelievable. Even though they had the easiest schedule, it's still unbelievable because it's a situation where new coach comes in, new energy, not quite, don't quite know what you're gonna get, and then you turn your quarterback into an MVP candidate, and it's essentially down between him and Matthew Stafford. I think Matthew gets the nod. He had a prolific year passing the basketball, but shout out to Mike Vrabel, Kyle Shanahan, even and don't get me started about Cohen. We'll talk about the Jacksonville Jaguars game a little later. I have some thoughts that I couldn't wait to get back on the air to talk about because of some things that happened in that game that I'm just scratching my head. Anyone who's a fan of the show and listens to the show knows I like to wax poetic about certain topics, and this is definitely one of those topics that happened in that game. But I'd be remiss if I go over time because we're bringing in our all-star, our quarterback, our MVP, and that is one Steve MVP DeSager.
And a good evening to you. It is scoreless Chargers at Patriots. Each team has had the ball once. Chargers offense got almost 40 yards. New England about 14. About 8 minutes to go, first quarter. Scoreless in tonight's wild card game. And I like how you phrase that about the Chargers getting a playoff win. First off, I don't know if people realize this. They've had almost a decade in Los Angeles now. They have yet to have a playoff game in Los Angeles since they moved up to L.A. They have one on the road in the postseason, beating Lamar Jackson comes to mind, but they're on the road yet again at New England. But I need to call out some lazy other hosts that I've heard in the past football season when regards to this exact topic that you were talking about with Justin Herbert. Yes, he's the leader of the team. He's the most talented guy on the offense, and he is the face of the offense. So a lot will be on his shoulders, especially if an L comes his way. They lost in the playoffs at Houston a year ago, for example. But I think you and I would agree that it's, very generally speaking, it does happen that too much credit goes to a quarterback for a victory and too much blame goes to a quarterback for the loss. And when you talk about, and I hear this all the time, well, he hasn't won a playoff game, as if that is Justin Herbert's fault that he hasn't won a playoff game in his 6 years in the pros. We need go back only to his very first career playoff game, where he scored 30 points in a road game in the postseason, and Brandon Staley's defense literally could not get a stop on any drive.
Unbelievable to watch.
The entire second half, and they gave up a winning field goal on the final play. That's on Justin Herbert? Are you kidding me?
No, man.
So if that, one of the greatest comebacks in the history of the NFL postseason, if that doesn't happen, you, talk show host, I'm not talking to you, Ephraim, but the other guys that I've heard with the lazy takes, you're not even talking about this subject. Similarly, I kept hearing, yeah, well, he threw 4 interceptions in that a year ago, and that. Did you actually see the game? Did you see him throw the ball right at receivers and go off their hands and directly to linebackers, things like that? I'm not in any way saying he had a good game that day, but again, if he throws 2 interceptions, are you even talking about that game? No, of course not. So I'm just saying to hosts, be better. It's scoreless, Chargers at Patriots in this one, and somehow the 49ers continue to advance. They won at Philadelphia, and I mean advance like, why are they even in the postseason? I'm starting to doubt they will have 53 healthy players for next weekend when they are at Seattle. The Niners eliminated the Eagles at Philly 23-19. Christian McCaffrey, 2 touchdown receptions in the fourth quarter. No rain in Philadelphia like yesterday, but it was very windy, temperature in the 30s. And what do you know? The Eagles missed their first extra point kick of the day, and boy, did that change things, especially down the stretch. And I think maybe he overcompensated for the wind that was going right. So, okay, I'll aim it toward the left upright. No, it just went straight to the left upright and was missed. Demarcus Robinson in the win, 6 catches, 111 yards, and a touchdown. Saquon Barkley in defeat, 26 carries, 106 yards. And so Philly finishes 11-7 on the season, and the defending Super Bowl champions, the Eagles, went 5-4 in home games. San Francisco tight end George Kittle left with an Achilles injury. His team has confirmed after the game it is a torn Achilles. 49ers at Seattle next weekend, which means the Rams will be at Chicago. Bears had that incredible late comeback, yet another, beating the Packers last night. Rams held on, in fact, got a touchdown pass in the final minute after blowing a lead and won at Carolina yesterday. X-rays on quarterback Matthew Stafford's injured finger were negative. By the way, in case you didn't hear yesterday, Stafford was voted the All-Pro quarterback ahead of Drake May, 31 votes to 18. May has just been intercepted by Deion Henley. And the Chargers pick up the ball with a 1st and goal at the 10 to start the drive in this scoreless game at New England mid-first quarter. In the NBA, Orlando and Memphis with victories. And currently, with a minute to go at Toronto, the Raptors are ahead of Philadelphia 103-102. Philly's Paul George out with a sore knee. Tyrese Maxey having quite a season, 30 points so far in this game. And the Sixers have just taken the lead with under a minute to go, 104-103 at Toronto. College hoops wins for Illinois and UCF. NHL among the 5 games, Boston 1-0 over Pittsburgh. Capitals are tied 1-1 at Nashville with 4 minutes left in the second period. And updating, Justin Herbert has just scrambled on 1st and goal from the 10 and picked up 4 yards. So a 2nd and goal coming up. The Chargers, and this is one of the bad things about their season, playoff team even as they are, is they've settled for a lot of field goals. The red zone percentage of getting the TD is not what you would like. As far as playoff, that level, that caliber of team. And so Justin Herbert runs for 3 yards on the second at. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 3 coming up. Back to you.
Thank you. This is Fox Sports Studio. You're live. I'm Ephraim Salam. It's Salam and Willard. This is the greatest time of year for me. I love playoff football. I miss playoff football. When people ask me, what do I miss about playing? Is these weekends. It's preparing for the playoffs. It's just a different energy. It's hard to explain. The regular season is great, but once you know you've made it to the second season, I like to call it, everything is heightened. Everything matters. It's one of those situations where, it's hard to sleep. Any mistake is magnified. And when we talk about mistakes and magnification of mistakes, and we look at some of these games, let's talk about the other LA team that went into Carolina and played them. Now, if you were a betting man and a gambling man, and I almost did it. I don't really gamble. I don't really bet, especially on games. I've played in too many games to bet on games. It's just not. It is not healthy. And so as the Chargers go forward on 4th and goal on the road, opposed to taking the points. Now, I'm going to say this like I said earlier.
Incomplete.
Yes. I'm going to say this like I said earlier in the game that I was watching that I can't wait to talk about a little bit later. Points are premium. They are. And when you're in the playoffs, these games are going to come down to one possession. If you don't take the points when they're available, I don't care how early in the game it is going to come back and bite you. And so we just watched the Chargers give up an opportunity to put 3 points on the board, change momentum, build off the momentum of getting a pick, but now you come away with nothing.
Remember Jacksonville today, and they thought they'd had the first
and
down,
that's what I'm talking about
on video, and then the Bills marched down the other way for a touchdown.
And that's what I'm talking about. And I want to save that for my 3 things that we'll do at the top of next hour, because
you might need 6 things.
Because it's okay. I got about 6. Or I can cut that one moment up into 5 or 6 itself. But me, I'm not a fan of this. I love Harbaugh as a coach. I love what he's done with the Chargers. But for me, and he knows this, the experience of how important points are, analytics can get you fired. Analytics can get you fired.
It got the previous Charger.
Yes, it did. And if you lean so heavy
and his defense
on that defense as a defensive coach,
yes,
and you can't stop anybody,
that's the only reason he got the job.
Sir, please leave the building. Okay? And so, for great players, and in my opinion, I've always been a Justin Herbert fan. And that started his first game starting when they went to him 20 minutes before kickoff, when the doctor had punctured Tyrod Taylor, who was the starter. They punctured his kidney or lung,
almost like a TJ Watt type of injury,
right?
Recently. Yeah.
And they said, "Hey, you got to start. You didn't take any of the starting reps in practice this week. And, oh, by the way, you got to play against the Chiefs, Spags, and Patrick Mahomes. And he went out there and he played his butt off. I believe that game went into overtime. But from that moment, it meant a lot to me as a young player coming into the league and getting your first start like that. I was like, oh, he's got it. This young man has it, and he's proved it to us time and time again. But I go back to the decision Harbaugh just passed on to get points. And, yes, you back the team up, but you capitalize on your momentum. If you're the New England Patriots and you turn the ball over and give up points.
They can run. New England can run. They can get out of their own goal line easy.
And they're out of their old goal line.
Stevenson.
And this could quite possibly be
to midfield.
It's a 50-yard play. Just that quick. So not only do you not take 3 points now and be up in the game, now there's an opportunity, whether they get 3 or 7, you'll be behind.
New England was the top-ranked
like
offense in the AFC.
Yes, they were.
Year.
Yes, they were. And so it was already going to be a tall task for your defense to slow them down. Don't give them help. Take your points when you need it. I'm Ephraim Salam. This is Salam and Willard on Fox Sports Radio. Coming up, we'll talk about the disaster that was the Jacksonville decision. Don't go anywhere.
Fox Sports Radio is this.
Refreshing.
Fox Sports Radio is also this.
Caring. Generous.
Fox Sports Radio is, you guessed it, this.
You can't say a lot of guys do it.
Fox Sports Radio is all of this.
They've never been more valuable.
Thank you guys for the entertainment.
Plus so much more. We are Fox Sports Radio.
It's a new year, and Aleve is here to help you keep your New Year's resolutions on track. Whether it's a daily walk, hitting the gym, or spending more time with friends and family, Aleve's got your back. With up to 12 hours of body pain relief per dose, Aleve keeps you moving with long-lasting body pain relief so you can chase those dreams and achieve your goals. Don't let body pain slow you down. Keep going with Aleve, because this year is your year. Try Aleve. Use as directed for minor aches and pains.
Hey, it's Jonas Knox. Need to scale your workforce for a peak season? Express Employment Professionals offers contract staffing so you can scale with ease and maintain productivity. Get started at expresspros.com. When it comes to hiring, it's about people, and that's where Express Employment Professionals comes in. Express experts connect you to qualified candidates matching skills to your business needs. Hire differently with Express. Visit expresspros.com to find your local office. That's expresspros.com. Express Employment Professionals, building your workforce, supporting your success.
Jason Smith and Mike Harmon are dropping knowledge like this.
Those guys are sick, man.
Fernando Mendoza was terrific, right? Like, he was terrific. But you saw one team that was clearly on a different level. Not that any quarterback would have come in and did what Fernando Mendoza did tonight, but he was really, as great a night as he had, this was a head of the snake night. There was nobody on Indiana that had a bad night. There was nobody you could say, they could have. No, Mendoza only threw for 177 yards, right? But he threw for 5 touchdowns. They ran for more yards than they threw for, right? Like they did everything. They took this high-powered Oregon offense and forced them into 3 turnovers in the first half, and all the yards and points they had were in garbage time. Like this was as good a game as you could get from Indiana. Like they were on another level. And that, honestly, that's my only fear for them in the championship game against Miami. Miami is a solid team across the board, right? They're very physical. They have shown that they can hold on to the football, and they don't need to throw the football down. No short possession. I feel like every Miami drive is they take over at the other team's 45, and they run 14 plays, 45 yards and a touchdown, and they take 9 minutes off the clock, right? That's everything. So I can see Miami, hey, this game plan is terrific because what Miami does well, they're solid everywhere. But the only thing that, honestly, for this Indiana team is you're going to get a little bit of a bounce from this game to the next game, right? You played as good as you can a week ago. Now this is almost a perfect football game. I can't believe you have another level to get to in the national championship game, and you're going to get a little bit of a bounce in that game. So that's the one thing that tells me, hey.
To get the rest of what Jason Smith and Mike Harmon said, podcast it by searching The Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon. And as always, you can hear The Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon weeknights at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, right here on Fox Sports Radio. This is The Jason Smith Show.
Check this out.
With Mike Harmon.
Mike McDaniel was fired as head coach of the Miami Dolphins.
a day after he said, "Oh, I'm helping the search for the new GM." Oh, ooh, awkward. I would give Miami the benefit of the doubt for that because we saw the 4 coaches getting fired. And I knew after that you were going to see a couple more because the coaches that did get fired are guys that are going to be sought after in other places, right? Because the other guys that are out there was no must-haves. There's no, here's the next great offense coordinator. There's no Ben Johnsons this year to go out there, right? There's none of those guys. There's no, hey, Mike Vrabel got let go and he was sitting out, boy, he would go. There are none of those guys. But now that, okay, wait, the 2 best guys that are now candidates were just let go, you knew a couple of teams were going to do it.
You're listening to Jason Smith with Mike Harmon. Weeknights at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific on Fox Sports Radio. This is The Herd.
You got to be consistent.
With Colin Cowherd.
Mike check. The Matt Stafford, Drake May MVP, and it's down to those 2. Folks, I don't think it's terribly close. You have to consider schedules. 13 of 14 New England wins were against teams with losing records. The best team New England played was Buffalo, and they don't have a good defense. You have to consider schedule. The NFL literally does for its tiebreakers. Listen, Drake May, a little bit of it is the shiny new object syndrome. He's the new toy. Everybody, the new popular kid in school. I get it. Drake May's fantastic. But you're talking about the easiest schedule in 26 years, and the best team they played really isn't a great defensive team in Buffalo. That was the tough one. Sorry, I got to go with Matt Stafford.
This is The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
Wow.
Weekdays at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. When you call yourself the premier sports lineup in the nation, you have to back it up. Well, my friends, we do. Check these names. Dan Patrick, Colin Cowherd, LeVar Arrington, Brady Quinn, Jonas Knox. Spectacular. Cavino and Rich, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, Ben Maller, Jason Smith, and Mike Harmon.
Boom.
The best. Is that premier enough? Listen to all those names right here. Really? On Fox Sports Radio. FS1. To find FS1 on your television, go to foxsports.com for details. FS1. Go to foxsports.com for details.
Well, I wonder if
coming to you like, oh, hey, wait a minute.
Yeah, that's right.
Wait a second.
Take your foot off the gas for a second.
I cannot.
Man. You burned it.
We are live from the Fox Sports Radio studios. I am Ephraim Salam. That is Mark Willard.
You're going to take my job. No,
I can sit in the A or B seat after 25 plus years of doing this.
Gosh.
It makes me know never mind. Welcome back, brother. How you doing?
Hey, brother. I'm glad to be talking with you. I appreciate you like you would not believe. And yes, I am now fearful that we'll have a nice show tonight, and then I'll get a call tomorrow, and they're going to be like, what we found out is we don't need you anymore.
No, I need you.
Ephraim handled that just perfectly.
I can handle it, but I like our rapport. We go way back. I don't want to just be talking to myself, and sometimes talking to Lee is like talking to myself. But, it's well, Lee did a tremendous job.
He did a great job, and also Lee and I sit here today on this beautiful Sunday night in the exact opposite seat, and I feel for him. Lee DeLapp, our producer, wonderful human being, and a large Packers fan. So he spent the majority of Saturday rubbing his hands together and thinking about where his Packers would be next week. He was looking at flights to Seattle, I'm sure, and he's thinking, man, we got action. And then the Bears are going to bear
down.
And we'll talk about I want to talk about that with you. And on the flip side, I'm over here doing what Niner fans did all week, which is, boy, we passive-aggressive the living bleep out of Philly. Philly, you know how Philly is. Philly just like bluster, like, go, Birds, go. Like, we're gonna this, we're gonna that. And most Niner fans are like, yeah, you probably will. We got no players. We're meeting our linebackers at pregame warmups. We don't even know who they are. We're not going to win the game. And then what just happened to the champs an hour ago? So, listen, I feel for you, Lee, because Lee spent most of the game thinking Seattle seems nice this time of year. Mm-hmm. And I spent most of my game thinking, well, that was a good effort, Niners. Good job. Good try.
We did it. We tried.
Ephraim, they won the game.
They won the game. It's impossible.
And all four of these games, by the way, can we just take a moment? What on earth?
Yes.
These have been absolutely just nail biters, all four of them.
But that's what the playoffs are. And
that's what the playoffs are.
And coming up next hour when we do our three things, I'm going to wax poetic and I'm going to rant because I got some things to say about some things that have happened. But you're absolutely right. I wanted to save talking about what we just witnessed a little bit earlier with the Niners because I know you're passionate about it, and I can't wait to hear you unpack the emotion of watching that game because I was feeling the emotion. I was telling people I almost was late. Good thing I live 7 minutes away from the studio. Because
I was 45 minutes late. I don't know about you. Anyway, go ahead.
My wife was like, "Hey, it's 4:35. You don't want to because I'm usually out of there. I never leave late because I always want to give myself time just in case the road erupts or something like that. So I always give myself ample time to get to work on time. But I couldn't pull myself away from the television. That was a thrilling game. In a way that that matched what the playoffs have given us this year so far.
I don't even know. I love the words you just used, unpack. I don't even necessarily know right now how to unpack all this. And each of these games, it's like, hold on, I haven't unpacked the last one yet. And boom, you're coming at me with more. Just my immediate reaction, we've got 4 games in the books. I know there's another one going on right now. We were going to obviously keep you up to date with what has been a little bit of a kind of a slow starting game, but watch out for the slow starting games because, boy, they come flying at you in the fourth quarter.
They come fast.
But the Carolina and the Rams game, I think we do need to have a conversation about the Rams defense, which has been very, very highly spoken of all year, but it's getting wonky. And so I come out of that with is there a concern there? Then the Bears, just how can you live like this? They've been doing this, right? You can't live this way. This is somebody, they need an intervention. This is your friend who's always drunk, but always having a good time too. I don't know what to do with them. And then Josh Allen is pulling. Have you ever seen a 10-yard sneak before? What the hell was that?
Crazy.
You know what I mean? And then the 49ers. And in the most poetic way, not only do they win, but yet another star is not only gone, but hell, Ephraim, he's gone next year too.
Yeah.
In George Kittle. And so now you've got, this is kind of the vibe with the Niners. They just keep winning. But there's these organizational-wide questions that keep sort of developing within the midst of this. They feel like they're at a crossroads, but they're also in the divisional round against the 1 seed next week. I'm overwhelmed by what we've seen already, and we got 2 more to go.
Yeah, it's been a heck of a playoffs. It's exciting. It's everything you want. I was telling everyone earlier that this is my favorite time of year, and this is the part of the game I miss. Being in these win or go home games, that's the thrill. That's the regular season is a grind, but once you get to the playoffs, it's like a second season starts, and you're just everything matters. So the attention to detail, the heightened responsibility you feel as a starter, all of that goes up, and those are the things that you can't duplicate in life. And so those are the things as a former player that I miss. I don't miss the grind. I don't miss that, but I miss the award season, so to speak, when you get into the playoffs.
I actually have a question for you, and I think I know the way you'll answer it. But in watching George Kittle hop into the locker room, the beating that these guys are taking, I had a question that only somebody who has played in the league can answer. So I'm gonna weave that into our three things that are coming up next. We are underway and rolling here on Fox Sports Radio.
We are Fox Sports.
Hey, Joy. Oh, you are glowing. Oh, hey. More like Mira-joyed. That Miralax helped me go. I was so backed up. Tried mega coffees, prune juice, everything. Then Miralax. And hello, gentle relief without the harsh side effects.
Ooh, how does it work?
It works naturally with the water in your body for constipation relief. Find Miralax today at your local retailer.
Use as directed for occasional constipation.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
To find FS1 on your television, go to foxsports.com for details.
Go! Check them out.
FS1.
Check them out.
FS1.
Ladies and gentlemen. Here they are.
Their morning show is funny.
Kind of set the tone for my day. This is the show that has two pros and a cup of Joe.
Who is Joe?
LeVar Arrington, Brady Quinn, and Jonas Knox.
If Keywan Lacey doesn't go out for that period of time between the touchdown and when he came back, and he didn't look the same when he came back, did that make a difference to you guys? Because it felt like if he was 100% healthy, it might have been a different game.
He was effective.
To me, it felt like Ole Miss couldn't, like Miami was dictating terms offensively. Like that final drive, it seemed like Ole Miss defensively was really the letdown in that game, to where I don't know that they were going to be able to consistently stop Miami. And, you know, that last drive, their defense looked gassed at the end. And it's that Miami offensive line that you've talked about, and that, you know, the tackle who's like 7'5" and 600 pounds.
See how massive? I mean, both tackles, but the left tackle's huge.
Just ridiculous. And it just felt like they wore them down. So I think it would have, it definitely would have helped. But I don't know. Ultimately, I think Miami was going to win that game. I just think there were more opportunities, and it felt like they played a more complete game, even though, you know, things were sloppy at times and they were lighting guys up after the whistle. That's the way it felt.
I mean, I guess
I believe yes.
Go ahead. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I believe yes. He was effective. Even with his tweak after the touchdown run, I think it was effective. And being able to run, he got tired. They pulled him out. So
to get the rest of LeVar Arrington, Brady Quinn, and Jonas Knox, podcast by searching Two Pros and a Cup of Joe. Listen to Two Pros and a Cup of Joe weekdays from 6 a.m. Eastern, 3 a.m. Pacific on Fox Sports Radio.
Basically, get out of the way.
The Dan Patrick Show.
Dan Patrick.
If there was no drama surrounding this, and maybe, you know, it's not fair to do this, but I did wonder this. Did they benefit from this with Lane Kiffin leaving? And sort of, hey, he doesn't want us. Like, they kind of rallied around this. And I know it sounds strange that the guy who recruited all these players, built this team, got you in this position. Were you better because Lane Kiffin wasn't your coach last night? As strange as that may sound. And I would say, I don't think you were better, but I think you were bitter. And because of that, I think you played with that chip on your shoulder, but you would have benefited from having Lane Kiffin there, because now your head coach could have just concentrated on the defense.
The Dan Patrick Show.
Dan and the Danettes and you.
Weekdays 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific on Fox Sports Radio.
Give it up.
When you're a couple, you're a team.
I give you.
It's Rob Parker.
Let's just deal with the facts, not the feelings.
It's Kelvin Washington.
Man, let's ride.
Put your hands together.
And they're the odd couple. Teaming up and making plays.
Dude, you can be the guy
Most nights. I'm the poo-poo king.
Oh, boy.
I want to hear what they have to say.
I'm not gonna lie, the Chiefs were clinched.
Listen to The Odd Couple every weekday, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific on Fox Sports Radio. FS1.
Call your friends and ask how they doing.
To find FS1 on your television, go to foxsports.com for details.
Boom. Trust your eyes.
FS1. And here's what you need to know.
10 minutes to go, second quarter at New England. Patriots lead the Chargers 3-0, but LA is driving. There was an early interception from the Charger defense against Drake May, and it set him up for a 1st and goal at the 10. They went for it on 4th and goal from the 2 and threw incomplete. No points on the drive. Pats took over and immediately drove 93 yards the other way, 14 plays, but settled for a short field goal. So it's just 3-0 New England in the lead, and the Chargers have driven down to about the New England 10 right now. San Francisco is still alive after winning at Philadelphia, eliminating the Eagles 23-19. Christian McCaffrey, 2 touchdown receptions in the 4th quarter. The Bills won at Jacksonville, ending the Jags' 8-game winning streak, 27-24, on Josh Allen's touchdown with about a minute left. He had 3 total TDs. NBA wins for Memphis and Orlando. I'm Steve DeSager.
A full day of football.
What more could you want?
Rolling right, he's got a wide open man deep.
And now it's time to react to it all.
Come on. Oh, boy, here we go. They like blitz everybody.
This is Fox Sports Football Sunday React.
He's going to be intercepted to the end zone. Touchdown.
Every stadium, every score, every turnover. Live from the Fox Sports Radio studios. Here's Mark Willard and former NFL badass Ephraim Salah.
Oh, he's not just an NFL badass. He's clearly a radio badass as well. But we are ready and fully loaded and rocking and rolling on into the night in what has already been a breathtaking NFL Wild Card weekend, and we're only 2/3 of the way through this thing. We welcome you in along with Ephraim Salam. I'm Mark Willard, broadcasting live from the Fox Sports Radio studios. And 6 o'clock in the West and 9 o'clock in the East is one of our favorite times of the week, not only because we love to hang out together, but because we get to kind of whittle it all the way down to our absolute favorite things, our top 3 observations of the week that was and the day that was. We make it real simple. We just call it 3 things. And so it's our top 3 observations of the entire week. And we throw it at one another. We bat it around. We talk it out a little bit. And let's go. Let's do 3 things right now. And I'll start with this. I always start, and that's so Ephraim can finish. But Ephraim, I will simply start with this one. Every year, there's a team like the Bears, and I don't know what the word is to use for it. It's a crappy way to live, but you're allowed to, and they're still here. Maybe you can even help me with what the descriptive word is. It's a lot of fun for us fans. Those fans who were in that building last night, first of all, they're still thawing out. But second of all, they'll never forget that night. But, brother, talk to me about the sustainability of living like this. This can't go all the way to the end. Can it?
Yeah. Yes, it can go all the way to the end. And it's a powerful drug. It's a powerful, powerful tool of mental toughness and awareness. At no point coming down the stretch, after that thing was going back and forth, and it was unbelievable. At no point did Caleb Williams or the Bears feel that they didn't have a shot to win the game? Whether they won it or not, they never thought that they couldn't win it. And that's half the battle. Knowing that, we can come back from anything, it has such a powerful and liberating feeling, because what it does is it's able to quell momentum. When momentum rises its head for the opposing team, the belief in, it doesn't matter, this is what we do, we can come back, that creates a barrier so that momentum doesn't seep into the minds and the actions of the team trying to come back. That is why you can take this all the way to the end, because they believe that no matter what and however much they're down, they have an opportunity to come back and win the game as long as Caleb has the ball. That's what that's about, and it's unbelievable watching it week in and week out. Those 3 Packer games the last month or so have been unbelievable, and I paid homage to them at the beginning of this, saying that's what this season has been about, those type of matchups, those type of games. And, the playoffs are one-score games. They're one-score games.
All of them.
But that's what happens when you get to the second season. When you get to the point where everyone is good, whether you limp in or not, then everyone's playing for something, and they know it's win or go home. Unbelievable.
Gosh, I mean, like they seem to regenerate the depth of this every single week. It's like, okay, we get that you're cardiac kids, but come on now, 21-3 in the playoffs. Like, what are we really doing? But I don't know what it's like. Time freezes in the fourth quarter. How do you? I feel like they got like 8 drives in the fourth quarter alone. I don't even know. I don't know how they do this, man.
It's a beautiful thing to see.
Yeah. Yep.
My,
All right, you
my,
go.
My first one is, I've been waiting to talk about this, man. So I think Cohen, Jacksonville's head coach.
Yeah, Liam Cohen.
I think he deserves to be coach of the year. I think what he's been able to do, and I get what Shanahan's been able to do with nothing, and I get Mike Vrabel and so many other coaches. But I think no one saw Jacksonville coming. No one. And what he's been able to do with a quarterback that most people said will never fully be what we thought and what we wanted him to be, had Trevor Lawrence playing out of his mind, especially the last 8 games of the year. I believe they are on a 7-8 game win streak coming into the playoffs. And I say all of that to say, making decisions like he made in this game will get you fired eventually. And I couldn't believe it. My wife and I were sitting there watching. It's, I think it was maybe 12, 13 minutes left in the second quarter. And it was 4th and 2 from like the 6-yard line. And they decided to go for now take in mind.
Yep.
They're down at this time. Right, I believe it was 7-0.
I think they were. I think they were up 7-3. Actually,
it was. They were up 7-3.
They were
You're
up
right.
7-3.
They're up 7-3.
It was a 4th and 2 at the 9-yard line.
You're absolutely right.
Yes. Yeah.
And so, the first thing you have to know as a coach is this is the playoffs. Every point matters, and it means more now than any other time throughout your year. These points matter. I looked at my wife when they decided to go for it, and Trevor Lawrence's shin was down, and they didn't get any points. And the team Buffalo drove all the way down 96 yards and scored a touchdown, making it 10-7. So what happened is, not only do you go up, right? You stop yourself from going up 10-3. You give up points, so now you're down. And I said, watch this, babe. I guarantee you this game comes down to 3 points. I guarantee you those points that they just gave up and left on the field will come back to haunt them. She was like, how do you know? I said, mark my words. As we're watching that and we're sitting there watching that game unfold, she's looking at me and I'm like, well, let's just keep watching.
Right.
And lo and behold, Jacksonville loses that game 27-24 because of a super dumb call and mistake by an otherwise superb head coach. I can't take it. You have to stop. And oh, by the way, it's just not synonymous with a rookie, a head coach or a young head coach. Veteran coaches are doing that dumb thing too. I can't take it, brother. It's too much.
Everywhere. It's
too much.
I finally, after all of this time, I came up with a name for it, Ephraim. It is the disease of threes.
Oh,
and it is,
God.
It has happened all over the league, and it is breathtaking, and it doesn't get him every time because, by the way, Sean McVay, I'm looking at you. You almost did the same thing in a game where, luckily, you have the MVP. Luckily, you're playing an 8-9 football team. But they almost did the exact same thing.
Bro.
Should have taken a 13-point lead in the first half.
Out of control.
Arrogantly tries to blow the thing open and actually opened the door for Carolina to do what they did, which was come back and actually have the lead with a minute to go in this football game. Now, listen, the other side of the coin is we're also watching kickers who are getting sent out on the field, and they're ruining the game. I mean, hello, Brandon McManus. It's not lost on me that the Eagles – now, the Eagles and Niners both missed an extra point, so I maybe that's a toss-up or whatever. But I thought of you, too. It's like just because you send the kicker out – doesn't mean it's going to go through.
Yeah, but when you're on the 6-yard line, you would hope that guy can do that. I mean, there's some positions, there's some safeties or some D linemen that can make that kick. Just to throw that out there.
You're 100% right. You're playing the percentages, and the disease of threes is sending people home right now.
Oh, my God. Pack your lunch. You're going home.
Oh, my goodness. All right, next one. You tell me. Are 49er fans supposed to be elated or heartbroken? And I know that the answer is probably elated, but boy, doesn't that also feel like being a prisoner of the moment. What in God's name is going on here? To head to Philadelphia, the home of the champs, and already, as I said earlier, be introducing yourselves to the new linebackers as the game starts. To then watch who literally, quite frankly, I don't know who Christian McCaffrey's the best player, but George Kittle is the face emotionally of that offense. There's no two ways about it. And this is a franchise-altering injury that takes place today. And they're not the same team without him. And they're not the same team without Fred Warner. They're not the same team without Nick Bosa. And Brock Purdy missed half the year, and Ricky Pearsall. And I know people, oh, woe is me. No, woe is me. They're still playing. They won. This has to be, I know you just wanted to give the Coach of the Year to Liam Cohen. I don't know that I've ever seen a coaching staff be able to do what this group is doing with the injury adversity that they're facing. And it is constantly fans being pulled emotionally in opposite directions at the same time.
Yeah, it's funny. I was sitting here and I was watching the game that I almost was late to the studio by my wife, and I was pulling for the Niners. Her dad's a Niner fan. Her brother's a Niner fan, and she was like, "But I really like Jalen Hurts." Going back to what happened to him in Alabama, where they took him out. Like my wife's a sports fan, so she knows. And so she was like, I'm kind of torn. I don't know who to cheer for. And she made a statement. She said, even if I am cheering for the Niners, after everything that's happened to them and losing George Kittle today, do I really think that they have a shot to win it all? Or is it just they win this game and go into the next week to get beat? And I said, wow, That's a pretty profound statement. And I don't know. I don't know if they can continue. Who are they throwing the ball to? The defense has no one. For the large part of that game, they couldn't get pressure on Jalen Hurts to save their lives.
They haven't gotten pressure on anybody since week 4, Ephraim.
And
I'm not kidding. They had 20 sacks the entire year.
It's unbelievable that they would be able to continue to win these games, high-level games. Like, I mean, eventually the dam has to break.
I mean, a lot of people thought that it did last week. Seattle is a great defense. They held the Niners completely in check. And so, similar to, I think, how a lot of Niner fans felt this week, what on earth is your actual X's and O's rational reason for why the Niners would go win another football game next week?
There isn't one.
There isn't one, but guess what? There wasn't one today either.
It wasn't. And shout out to them. And your 2 coincides with my 2. And my 2 is the Philadelphia Eagles.
Let's talk.
This Philadelphia Eagles team has been perplexing all year. And my question is, are they that bad? Not are they that good. Are they that bad? Because when you really look at it, you're playing against a team that has no business even being in the same stratosphere as you based on injuries and things. You're at home.
Correct.
You have a receiver in A.J. Brown who's been a constant issue and problem and was again today in the biggest game of your season. And oh, by the way, he forgot to show up. Thank you, A.J. Brown, for forgetting to show up to the tune of 3 receptions for 25 yards and a bunch of drops. He had 7 targets total, and he dropped the other 4. One in the most critical spot in the game. Then you have a nerve to get chest to chest with the head coach. This team is so unkept. I don't even understand how they got to this point, but they did. And what happened is the same thing that has been plaguing them. Jalen Hurts passes for 168 yards,
which is
on 35 attempts.
That's a huge blemish.
Less than 5 yards a completion.
Yep.
A QBR of 40 and a passing rating of 79.2. Are they that bad that they allow the Niners, with you and me and Steve DeSager and Lee and even Mary suiting up on the defense and playing receiver, to come into their home and beat them? Wow.
I'll only add one thing to that, and that is, oh, by the way, you also won the turnover battle 2-0, and you still lost. I don't know, because the world doesn't see every game, I don't know if Eagle fans and the NFL at large, I don't know if they're going to really gather how bad of a performance that was by Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown. That is not a defense that is equipped to go into the home of the champs on a freezing cold day and do what they did. They got no pressure on you. You didn't turn the ball over, and you couldn't move the ball up and down the field. Everybody else is. Everybody else is. And you couldn't in a playoff game in your own building. That was a wake-up call, but I don't know if they hear their alarm.
Yeah, it's troubling to me, man. And some changes have to happen. I mean, they can't go into another season like this. I was out of control.
Yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you completely. Okay, here's my last thought, and it's just going to be like let me fan out for a second. I'd like to talk to the Ravens. I'd like to talk to the Giants. I would like to talk to the Dolphins, the Cardinals, the Titans, anybody else. You know the list that I'm building here. Please just leave Robert Saleh alone. Please, just leave him alone. Just leave. I'm gonna say bad things about him. He's a terrible human being. He will do things in the locker room that you just don't hear about that are awful. I think that I've heard there might be some criminal behavior out there that people just don't know about. I've heard that he likes to kick dogs. I don't know, dude. I will just leave him alone because I don't know what his magic dust is, but I beg the world to just leave him as the defensive coordinator of the San Francisco 49ers. He's working with nothing. And still getting results somehow, some way.
Yeah, I think what he's doing is unbelievable. He was doing the same thing with the Jets. The worst thing the Jets did was let him go, was to fire him. The Aaron Rodgers experiment wasn't his fault.
No.
Nathaniel Hackett being the offensive coordinator wasn't his fault.
No, it never is.
The receivers that you brought over that didn't do anything, that wasn't his fault. But the one thing we saw from the Jets that we don't see from the Jets anymore is they showed up to fight every game. Before Aaron got there, during Aaron's time there, they showed up to fight, and that's the thing that Robert Saleh does. He's doing the exact same thing with a bunch of guys who didn't even have jobs at the beginning of the year. And it's a yeoman's job. He's a tremendous coach. I know Robert Saleh personally. He was on our defensive staff when I was in Houston. I know the level of coach he is. And so you're absolutely right. Leave that man alone. And if I were the Niners, I would pay that man his money. I would double his salary. I would keep him. Well, I would keep him there. Him and Kyle, they go way back. I'm like, hey, man, we're family. Let's stick together as a family. You don't want the head coaching job. You don't want that headache. Like you don't want that. I would be like, no, man, we got this. We could look. Think about how good we're gonna be when everybody's healthy next year. I would do all of those things to keep Robert Saleh. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. Fire away, man. What you got to finish
my last one is I'm back. I'm back, man. I'm back. I retired from coaching last year after accomplishing something we had set out to do 3 years ago with my son, my 10-year-old son who's now 11. And I let him go the whole summer, and in spring he was another voice, another coach, and the rec that I coach at, this whole time for about 9 months, they've been on my back. They've been in my ear. And I'm like, no, and they were like, look, it's really not about Elijah. Elijah's going to be fine. He's going to be good. It's about the other kids. It's about the kids who are going to miss out on Coach E and how he structures his practices and how he makes everyone feel included and how he, it's just what you do. And I'm like, no, I don't have time and all kinds of stuff.
Oh yeah.
They sucked me back in. I'm back coaching the Majors division over at the park that we live next to. We had our first game on Saturday. We've only had one practice because coming off the break, everybody. I still haven't seen one kid. One kid's still in Australia, I think. I think he gets back tonight. But we had one practice, and we go out, and we win our first game. The funny part is we were down 25-2.
Okay, Bears.
In the game, which the whole park was like, oh my God, what's happening right now? It's usually the other way around when I was coaching. And it just took me a little bit to get my bearings back. but we end up winning. I believe we end up winning 55 to like 43 or something like that.
Damn.
Yeah, we went out, and a lot of that is my nephew. He joined our team. My nephew Noah Taylor is an unbelievable basketball player, so he came on to bring that level of competition to the 11 and 12-year-olds at the park. It's very few AAU players who play at the park, and I just wanted to say I'm honored to be back part of that, and I do love the kids. I do it for them, not for me. I tell the parents before every season, I don't coach for me. I've done everything I've ever wanted to do sports-wise. I'm not living vicariously through my son or through your son or daughter. I'm just here to teach a game that I love. And so, I'm back.
I'm only excited because I know you're damn good at it. I know you're damn good at it. And spotting
Appreciate
those other
that.
kids, a real nice lead. That was super sweet of you. And then crushing their souls. That was for the real ones. Okay. All right. We got so much more to get to, and we're hopeful that the Chargers and Patriots, who remain tied at 3, we're hopeful that they get the message. Have you noticed the way other playoff games look? Chop, chop.
Well, they haven't gotten the message earlier because it should be 6-3 right now.
Well, there's that too. I know. Okay, so Steve DeSager is just over 5 minutes away. The second half, we'll see if we can wake the Patriots and Chargers up. That's Ephraim Salam. I'm Mark Willard. This is Fox Sports Radio.
Fox Sports Radio.
It's a wide open playoff.
You got home field advantage. Use it.
It's the NFL playoffs. This is your home for it. Touchdown! Fox Sports Radio.
There is your dagger. Rock and roll.
Fox Sports Radio.
At Audion Hearing, our mission is simple: to make better hearing affordable for everyone. We're proud to offer high-quality, rechargeable hearing aids starting at just $98. Clear, comfortable, and ready to use right out of the box. And here's a study worth hearing. Research shows that wearing hearing aids can reduce your risk of dementia by up to 61%. Join over 1 million happy customers and hear the difference today by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Where will 2026 take you? With a skills-based education from University of Maryland Global Campus, it could take you toward your next success. An accredited state university, UMGC helps working adults like you learn the skills you need for the career you want. And with no application fee through February 11th, there's no better time to start. Choose from more than 135 degrees and certificates in career-relevant fields like business, cybersecurity, healthcare, and more. Plus, UMGC offers online and hybrid classes, no-cost digital resources in place of textbooks for most courses, personalized support, and lifetime career services. And with transfer credits and scholarships for those who qualify, UMGC can help you take a leap forward no matter where you are on your education journey. Classes start soon. Apply now and get your application fee waived through February 11th. Visit umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Fox Sports Radio. Did you know we're on YouTube? Did you know you can find all of your favorite shows on YouTube?
Look at us. We're waving at you right now.
Did you know that you can find the best clips and the best videos from your favorite shows?
All the interviews, clips, everything is there.
This is why you're the smartest listeners in the world.
Completely agree.
Because you went to YouTube and you searched Fox Sports Radio, and you were the ones that hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. You're the ones that watch videos from Two Pros and a Cup of Joe with Jonas Knox, Brady Quinn, and LeVar Arrington.
You can't even make this up. You got some holy water in your bag, baby.
Dan Patrick, Colin Cowherd.
Wow.
Covino and Rich, The Odd Couple with Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Oh, my God. Oh, boy.
The Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon.
Think about that for a second.
And the Ben Maller Show. Fox Sports Radio. On YouTube.
That's strong stuff.
By searching Fox Sports Radio.
Check us out on YouTube. Subscribe.
Hit that thumbs up icon and comment away.
It's Colin Cowherd.
Here we go. Weird sometimes works in sports and in life.
The Herd. Yeah. It's poetry.
Outline your life in pencil, not pen. Yeah. Things change.
It's sports.
College football fans are freaking out. Oh my God.
Need I say more?
Total class, understated, just does his job.
Yeah. It's The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
The public is always right.
Listen every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. Right here on Fox Sports Radio. There are some shows you don't want to miss.
This is going to be fun.
And there are some shows you can't miss.
Let's not overreact.
This is Covino and Rich.
If you're living that mom or dad life, neighborhood sports have taken a backseat to organized sports. Kids aren't lazy. People like to be like, hey, kids are on their iPad and they're lazy. They're not lazy. They just don't run amok like we used to. Danny G, like, think of all the times you played wiffle ball or pickup basketball or street football with a
butts up.
With a asses up was a great game. Where remember, like, the curbs would be the sidelines and you play street football. You don't see kids playing that. Your instinct is kids are lazy now. They're not. It's just, unfortunately, all organized, spend your money football. Like, my daughter plays flag football. She's 8, and so he has $300, $400, $500. Every little sign up, it adds up, dude. It's just the idea of you just disappearing for hours at a time, playing tackle football, kill the man with the ball, wiffle ball.
We were also in bike gangs. It taught us loyalty.
You're riding bikes around town.
I was in a gang called the War Dogs. I'm actually not making that up, yeah.
Covino bought a Vespa once, and he was in the Vespas Locos.
Oh, no.
Vespas Locos forever. And by the way, Rich, you're still going to find time to play Butts Up, right? Just different versions.
I play a different version of that these days.
What time is that starting, by the way?
Noon. I'll see that.
Might be a few minutes late.
Okay. But I did want to ask one quick question, then we'll get to more important stuff.
The point is that there's a lot of people in Rich's community that want to coach with him or want their kids on his team.
He's in high demand.
Yeah, he's in high demand the same way that John Harbaugh is. So maybe you should throw some requests out.
Hey, this is Cheech, and this is Chung, and you're listening to Covino and Rich, so listen up.
To get the rest of what Covino and Rich said, podcast it by searching Covino and Rich. And as always, you can hear Covino and Rich weekdays at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific on Fox Sports Radio. I give you 2 pros and a cup of Joe.
They're extremely talented.
Putting the more in mornings.
Can you feel the power?
Jonas Knox.
Fired up.
LeVar Arrington.
Hear the roar.
And Brady Quinn.
Some dudes just go about their business.
That's the crew. It's 2 pros and a cup of Joe. Listen every weekday at 6 a.m. Eastern, 3 a.m. Pacific.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Get more out of your mornings on Fox Sports Radio. When it comes to the things we do,
I love the show. Yeah, I love the show.
We just do it better than the rest.
Bang.
From our YouTube numbers to our streaming numbers.
That's how you get beat.
You want any other information?
No one can compete with us.
End of story.
Just search Fox Sports Radio.
I'm just enjoying listening. Thank you guys for the entertainment.
When you have a product this good, no one, and I mean no one, can compete with us.
Nope, guess what?
That's the truth.
Let's go!
We are Fox Sports Radio. The most fearless voice in sports is on FS1. The one and only Colin Cowherd is bold, unique, and outspoken.
Wow.
You can see him on The Herd, weekdays at noon Eastern on FS1 in the Fox Sports app.
That's probably something that he could have passed along. But you know, he'll go a little bit deeper into it. How about that? Are we good with that?
Yeah.
Let's ride.
Absolutely. Let's do
Steve
it.
DeSager. Let's go.
Good evening and welcome. We do have, well, it is now officially halftime. New England 6-3, the lead over the Chargers. This is how things have gone in this first half. It's been all field goals. Each team punted on its first drive, but then Drake May, MVP candidate, threw an interception in his own end. Chargers took over with a 1st and goal from the 10. They did not go for the field goal when it was 4th and goal from the 2, threw incomplete as well. No points on that drive, and immediately the Pats took over and drove 93 yards the other way, 6 minutes, 40 seconds, and settled for a short field goal. Right after that, Chargers with a drive of exactly 6 minutes, 40 seconds, and kicked a short field goal to make it 3-3. After the teams exchanged punts here in the final minute, the field goal drive of New England puts them up 6-3 at the half. I will say the Chargers had the ball with about a minute to go. And on that L.A. drive, there were 2 questionable calls, one each way. First off, the Chargers went for the first down on 3rd and 1 on a quarterback sneak. I don't think anybody's seen a replay where he actually got it, and one official on the field, a linesman, even motioned with his hand, 4th down. He didn't get it, and somehow they gave it to him after review. Okay, and then the Chargers later had a 3rd and 11. Justin Herbert was only sacked because he was hit in the helmet, directly in the face back, and no call was made, forcible contact to the head and neck area. It's the only reason the sack occurred, and it's the only reason the Patriots had the ball in the final minute to get that late field goal. So there's that. Patriots 6, Chargers 3. We talked about the patchwork offensive line the Chargers have attempted to play under all season long. They've had running back injuries as well. They thought they had the first-round running back, Omarion Hampton, back from the ankle injury today. He lasted 1 carry. So Kamani Vidal is the Chargers running back for this road playoff game, and he has 7 carries, just 19 yards in the first half. The quarterback comparison, Drake May, 95 yards passing, Justin Herbert, 93. Thing is, May is 6 of 15 through the air with 1 interception. Justin Herbert, 10 of 11, 93 yards. I will say May did have a 37-yard scramble, and in the first half on only 5 carries, he has 55 yards rushing, by far the leading ground gainer in this game, either side. But it's 6-3, New England at home, leading the Chargers. Patriots went 14-3. There's actually a bit of mirror between these 2 franchises. When Jim Harbaugh took over a year ago, he had the benefit of a last-place schedule. The Chargers had been so bad the previous year, they had fewer tough opponents. Mike Vrabel's taking over New England, and frankly, if you've seen the Patriots the previous 2 years, they earned a last-place schedule. So, yeah, they may not have played as many tough teams as other postseason clubs, but 14-3, and for what it's worth, they were the number 1 ranked offense in the AFC. In fact, the Pats with May were averaging 250 yards passing a game, averaging 29 points per game. It's 6-3 New England at the half. San Francisco wins at Philadelphia. We still don't know how. 23-19 is the final. 2 things that you talked about, Mark, to support your with stats. The Philadelphia record, when they win the turnover battle, the last 5 years, is 42-3. And they didn't turn it over, and they got a couple of picks from the same guy, Quinyon Mitchell, against Brock Purdy, and yet Philly is out. They went 5-4 in the home games, 11-7 overall. Guys, the 2 best rosters in the NFL to start the season were the Eagles and the Ravens, and they are going nowhere. And as far as the lack of pressure from the 49ers defense, which understandably is crippled by injury, the 49ers, this stat, they had sacks or interceptions on just 4% of opponents' pass attempts this year. There's only one other playoff team in the entire Super Bowl era that's been under 6%, and yet they get here, they still win. The 49ers are 8-2 on the road. They will be at Seattle, the top seed next weekend. As I recall, they won at Seattle to open this past season, so
correct statement.
Standing by for that. The Rams will be at Chicago, therefore. In the AFC, the Bills eliminated the Jaguars, who had won 8 straight, 27-24, the final at Jacksonville on Josh Allen's TD with about a minute left. He had 3 total touchdowns. Trevor Lawrence, 3 touchdown passes, 2 interceptions. Tomorrow night, the Texans, who've won 9 straight, will play at Pittsburgh. In the NBA, Toronto has won in overtime against Philadelphia, 116-115 on a late free throw. And Oklahoma City wins again, beating Miami 124-112. College hoops wins for Illinois and UCF. Women's basketball, number 12 LSU beat number 2 ranked Texas 70-65. Kentucky over Oklahoma. And among the 5 NHL games, it's Nashville at home with under 2 minutes to go, leading Washington 3-2. I saw a stat from AP in the Bay Area after the Niners' playoff victory. How many times in the last 40 years have the Niners had a playoff win when the quarterback throws 2 interceptions? The answer is apparently 1. Steve Young in the catch game against Green Bay with T.O. 1998. And that's it.
That's it.
And then today. Back to you.
All kinds of stuff just coming out of everything that Steve just mentioned. What about this? And you know, Ephraim, you had mentioned earlier, you know what Shanahan did, but maybe you're thinking Liam Cohen is coach of the year. You know how many times Kyle Shanahan in his Niners tenure has lost his first playoff game in any given year?
No.
Yeah, none. This is his third road playoff victory.
Wow.
Since taking over the 49ers. Their other, obviously they had 2 runs to the Super Bowl as the 1 seed, and the only other time that they came in as a wild card team, they beat the Dallas Cowboys on the road, and then the Talanoa Hufanga blocked punt game to knock out the 1-seeded Green Bay Packers, and then lost a very, very narrow game at L.A. the year that Stafford went on to beat Joe Burrow in the Super Bowl. But
in that stadium.
And yeah, I mean, I might be biased, and I know the votes already go in, right? The votes are already in.
I assume so, like baseball.
Boy, after today, I don't know how Kyle Shanahan's not coach of the year.
It's 13-5 with this. Are you kidding me? Compare what you just said to the Buffalo Bills on the road with Sean McDermott, for example.
Yep.
That was an offer until today on the road.
Until today.
In fact, the franchise had not won a road playoff game since 1992 until today.
My goodness, right? This has been something else with regard to this has been something else with regard to the start of this wild card weekend. I'm still having a hard time processing.
So we don't have the Super Bowl teams from a year ago even make the divisional round, which is rare in the last 10, 15 years. Right. Remember, we had that low-scoring Patriots-Rams Super Bowl. Neither was alive at this point the next postseason. And after the one superb season with Cam Newton and the Panthers, Broncos and Panthers the very next year, a decade ago, were not alive at this point. Other than that, to already have your 2 Super Bowl teams out.
Man.
Notable.
Yep. And Ephraim, I'd say this too. Remember, we were joking a couple of weeks ago about like, oh, everyone loves the parody. Don't get mad if you get like, you know, Jacksonville versus Seattle or whatever in the Super Bowl. I'd say it's been a great weekend for the league. Carolina, okay. Jacksonville, sure. Now Green Bay is Green Bay and Philly is Philly. I understand that, but if you look at kind of the fan bases and the markets that are starting to move forward in this thing. Josh Allen, everybody wants to see Josh Allen kind of do his thing and move through. I think some more intriguing matchups are starting to develop.
Yeah, I think the parity level in the league this year has been tremendous. A lot of teams didn't make the playoffs that made it last year. We get a little bit of that every year.
We do.
But, you know, this year, teams like Jacksonville, teams like New England we're watching tonight. I mean, those stories, we expected the Niners to be good, but we didn't know how they would be good and if they can continue to be good once people start dropping like flies. So there's a testament there, like, and not having Kansas City, not having Detroit, Detroit, like all of those things are unbelievable.
And we only had the ghost of Philadelphia, as it turned out.
Yeah, look, that team has been teetering on not very good for the whole year.
Correct.
And so they kept finding ways to win games, that you can win a game and not complete a pass in the second half. Like all kinds of weird and crazy things that essentially get exposed in the playoffs. And we saw them go up against a team that had no business beating them at home tonight. I'm really no business. I'm really stuck on that because we've been hypercritical of them all year, and all they kept saying is, well, we're winning. And all people who were rocking with them, well, if that's the case, I want to be dysfunctional too and win the division for the first time back-to-back in 21 years. And all of these things was just makeup. It's makeup on an ugly situation is, number one, that sideline and that locker room is fractured.
What we saw today, we've seen from the Eagles. This has been the Eagles. This was not a surprise.
It's been what they've been. It's nothing new, and it finally came back and manifested itself in a way that takes them out of the playoffs.
I tell you what, I think what you're talking about leads to a really interesting point with regard to how we rate coaches and their resumes, which I would love to get to with you coming up next. Steve, great stuff. Appreciate you so much. By the way, if you're missing any of today's show at all, you're going to want to catch it in the podcast form. You search Fox Sports Radio wherever you get your podcasts. Right after the show, you'll see this podcast posted. Be sure to follow, rate it a 5, even provide a review. Again, you search Fox Sports Radio wherever you get your podcast, and you'll see today's show posted right there after we get off the air. But we're nowhere near done yet. Right here in these Fox Sports Radio studios, that's Ephraim Salam. I'm Mark Willard, and this is Fox Sports Radio.
Watching us on YouTube has never been easier.
That's absolute fact.
From the show clips
It's on.
to the live shows that you love.
There's something for everyone.
Fox Sports Radio on YouTube is for you.
Yeah.
Check it out now.
It is a no-brainer.
Come on now.
Just search Fox Sports Radio on YouTube.
Hey, why not?
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9871. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9871. That's 800-575-9871. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Now, here's a little something that you missed from the Ben Maller Show.
We have avoided it long enough. How do you grade this Trae Young deal to the Wizards? So my views on this, I've got Group Project, Beachfront Property, and Little Abner. And we'll combine all of these things together, and we are going to make the gabagool. We're going to make the gabagool. Now, first of all, we go right to the Maller Report Card. Do not waste any time. Right to the report card. So the Washington Wizards on the Maller Report Card get an... Do they get an A? No. Do they get a B? No. A C. A C for the Washington Wizards. Now, how about the Atlanta Hawks? They get rid of a guy that was a problem? What do they get? Maller Report Card says, reveal answers, an F. An F. An F written in crayon, eaten by the dog, and then you hand it back anyway. You know, it's kind of like we do those game shows, and a caller calls up and has the wrong answer and knows they're wrong, but they still give the wrong answer because they can't think of anything else. So let's start in D.C. or the in the Beltway region, and from what we understand, the Wizards are talking themselves into Trae Young like he's the franchise messiah. He's the great savior. New scenery! Whee! Except, and I don't want to be too harsh here, I don't believe Washington is the yellow brick road. In my life.
To get the rest of what Big Ben said, podcast it by searching The Ben Maller Show. And as always, you can hear The Ben Maller Show weekdays from 2 a.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. Pacific, right here on Fox Sports Radio. This is the Jason Smith Show.
Check this out.
With Mike Harmon.
Mike McDaniel was fired as head coach of the Miami Dolphins a day after he said, I'm helping the search for the new GM. Ooh, awkward. I would give Miami the benefit of the doubt for that because we saw the 4 coaches getting fired. And I knew after that you were going to see a couple more because the coaches that did get fired are guys that are going to be sought after in other places, right? Because the other guys that are out there was no must-haves. There's no, here's the next great offense coordinator. There's no Ben Johnsons this year to go out there, right? There's none of those guys. There's no, hey, Mike Vrabel got let go and he was sitting out, boy, he would go. There are none of those guys. But now that, the 2 best guys that are now candidates were just let go, you knew a couple of teams were going to do it.
You're listening to Jason Smith with Mike Harmon. Weeknights at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific on Fox Sports Radio. This is The Herd.
You got to be consistent.
With Colin Cowherd.
Mike check. The Matt Stafford, Drake May MVP, and it's down to those two. Folks, I don't think it's terribly close. You have to consider schedules. 13 of 14 New England wins were against teams with losing records. The best team New England played was Buffalo, and they don't have a good defense. You have to consider schedule. The NFL literally does for its tiebreakers. Listen, Drake May, a little bit of it is the shiny new object syndrome. He's the new toy. Everybody, the new popular kid in school. I get it. Drake May's fantastic. But you're talking about the easiest schedule in 26 years, and the best team they played really isn't a great defensive team in Buffalo. That was the tough one. Sorry, I got to go with Matt Stafford.
This is The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
Wow.
Weekdays at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. Fox Sports Radio is taking over YouTube, and you can be a part of it. Just go to YouTube and search Fox Sports Radio. Hit that subscribe button.
Boom.
And smash that notification bell like you're a safety. Coming across the middle. Sit back and catch all the videos from your favorite shows.
Yes!
Ben Maller, Two Pros and a Cup of Joe.
Very impressive.
Dan Patrick, Colin Cowherd, Cavino and Rich.
Hey, it's all right here.
The Odd Couple with Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington, and The Jason Smith Show. Go to YouTube now and search Fox Sports Radio. The most fearless voice in sports is on FS1. The one and only Colin Cowherd is bold, unique, and outspoken.
Wow.
You can see him on The Herd, weekdays at noon Eastern on FS1 in the Fox Sports app.
All right, we're sitting here live in the Fox Sports Radio studios. Second half is underway. Chargers with the ball first. Patriots leading 6-3. Keep you up to date, obviously, and of course. And Steve DeSager is along again here in just another 10 minutes or so. Ephraim, I want to throw this at you, and we'll use the Eagle-Niner game today as an example. One thing that I've long thought happened too much in sports, when we are ranking things, comparing things, and talking about who we would take as, I don't know, the quarterback or the head coach or whatever position, quite frankly. We got to stop this thing about if you've won a Super Bowl, that automatically makes you better at your job than the person who has had a ton of success but only come close. The example I will use, to me, Brian Baldinger, who I think we all respect, we know, former NFLer and a great broadcaster, does awesome breakdowns, and I love everything that he does in the media space. But he was on WIP in Philadelphia this week and asked about coaching quarterback combos. Who would you take? Sirianni and Hurts or Shanahan and Purdy? And before the question could even come out, he said, oh, it's Sirianni and Hurts, and it's not even close. And the hosts in Philly were like, it's not even close? He's like, no, it's not even close because those guys have won a Super Bowl and those guys haven't. I wonder how he'd answer the question today.
It'd be different.
Is it close?
No,
I mean,
not in my opinion.
Yeah, exactly. But you mean it in the other direction.
Right.
So I just think we overdo it. Yes, of course, Super Bowls, those are the goals. But I think we overdo that resume note as if we're whittling an entire reputation down to one game.
Yeah, look, Kyle Shanahan is a tremendous coach. Would you take Kyle Shanahan over Nick Sirianni?
No, absolutely.
This is not even the discussion.
Absolutely, yes.
Nick Sirianni would take Kyle Shanahan over himself. He'd be like, why wouldn't you do that? You're damn right I'd take him. And so, look, man, this is, I think the Philadelphia Eagles, there's a reckoning coming. They can't continue to go like they have the past few years. There's too much discord, too much disconnection. Mm-hmm. Remember, people they wanted him fired.
Yep.
In the middle of last year.
Yep.
He yelling at the fans. Like, it's too much, man. That whole
Kansas
City, after the Kansas City Chiefs game, it's just too much, bro.
It's a lot of emotion.
Tighten up.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. And the A.J. Brown interaction, we could talk more about that, in fact, coming up next. We will, with Ephraim Salaam, Mark Willard, Fox Sports Radio.
We are Fox Sports.
Let's go. You're still grooving, still connecting, still loving, still turning up, still thriving. You still got it, but your immune system, it weakens as you age. That's where vaccines come in. They help train and strengthen your immune response to fight off respiratory illnesses like flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, or COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Book in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds on my car insurance. Really smart. Unfortunately, I didn't check if I left the pizza box on top of my car before driving home. Not smart. Oh, and a semi just turned my deep dish into a thin crust.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
Potential savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Fearless voice in sports is on FS1. The one and only Colin Cowherd is bold, unique, and outspoken.
Wow.
You can see him on The Herd, weekdays at noon Eastern on FS1 in the Fox Sports app. Let's go! You must have been busy, but The Odd Couple with Rob Parker and Calvin Washington, we're breaking this down.
Every day I'm shuffling. Miami, with that win, is now one win away from eclipsing Notre Dame, Michigan, and USC in the all-time college football pecking order. I believe that Miami already is one of the blue bloods in college football.
Who are the Ivy League schools in this country?
Princeton, Harvard, Yale, yeah.
Have they added a new school to Ivy League? Is there a new school that just showed up and now...
Is it Stanford considered an Ivy League school now? Cornell?
No.
Just those three?
But you know what I mean. Okay. No, it's more than that. Brown, whatnot, Penn. But I'm just saying to you, those schools have been established. Google it, Rob G, the Ivy League schools. And my point to you is, there are no new members. They're not a blue blood. And this is what I'm trying to tell Kelvin. I tried to tell him, it's like the Ivy League and the Ivy League schools. There's no new members to the Ivy League. These are the schools that were started in the very beginning of the United States. Those are blue bloods. It's not you don't graduate to become a blue blood. There's not enough winning to make you a blue blood. Zero.
They're the illegitimate stepson or illegitimate son of the blue bloods. They're right there on the outside looking in. They can't get in. They're like the bad boys Pistons of the NBA, where they kind of interrupted things, right? It's the Lakers, it's the Celtics, it's our beloved Michael Jordan and his Bulls. And then there's like the bad boys of the 80s and early 90s. And you're like,
To get the rest of what The Odd Couple said, podcast it by searching Odd Couple. And as always, you can listen to The Odd Couple with Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington. Weekdays at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, right here on Fox Sports Radio.
Basically, get out of the way.
The Dan Patrick Show.
Dan Patrick.
If there was no drama surrounding this, and maybe, it's not fair to do this, but I did wonder this. Did they benefit from this with Lane Kiffin leaving? And sort of, hey, he doesn't want us. Like, they kind of rallied around this. And I know it sounds strange that the guy who recruited all these players, built this team, got you in this position. Were you better because Lane Kiffin wasn't your coach last night? As strange as that may sound. And I would say, I don't think you were better, but I think you were bitter. And because of that, I think you played with that chip on your shoulder. But you would have benefited from having Lane Kiffin there because now your head coach could have just concentrated on the defense.
The Dan Patrick Show.
Dan and the Danettes and you.
Weekdays 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific on Fox Sports Radio. They do sports.
He like football.
They do life. But mostly, they do themselves.
Podcast and radio, no one's got anything to talk about, but I do.
Steve Cavino.
There's a spring in my step and a nickel in my pocket.
Rich Davis.
Fred Savage. Ben Savage.
And Macho Man Randy Savage.
Your afternoon pick-me-up.
It's not a show, it's a lifestyle.
It's Cavino and Rich. Weekdays at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific on Fox Sports Radio. FS1.
Looking for the one, what you looking at the one?
To find FS1 on your television, go to foxsports.com for details. FS1.
Looking for the one, what you looking at the one?
And here's what you need to know.
In tonight's NFL Wild Card Playoff game at New England, we're already past the midpoint of the third quarter. Patriots leading 6-3 over the Chargers, field goals only so far. Pats were just in field goal range. And third sack of the night for the Charger defense, 2 by Odafe Owe. He forces a fumble of Drake May, who earlier had thrown an interception tonight. So just 6-3 Pats at home against the visiting Chargers. San Francisco 49ers now 8-2 on the road after winning at Philadelphia, eliminating the Eagles 23-19. Christian McCaffrey with 2 touchdown receptions in the fourth quarter. The Bills won at Jacksonville, a team that had won 8 straight, eliminating the Jags 27-24 on Josh Allen's TD with about a minute left. He had 3 total touchdowns. In the NBA at Denver Nuggets 95-83 over Milwaukee with 9 minutes left. Toronto in overtime edged Philly. I'm Steve DeSager.
A full day of football.
What more could you want?
Rolling right, he's got a wide open man deep.
And now it's time to react to it all.
Come on. Oh, boy. Here we go.
They blitz everybody.
This is Fox Sports Football Sunday React.
He's going to be intercepted to the end zone. Touchdown.
Every stadium, every score, every turnover. Live from the Fox Sports Radio studios. Here's Mark Willard and former NFL badass Ephraim Salah.
Off we go into the night, and we are learning very quickly why they use the word wild to talk about Wild Card Weekend. It's been unbelievable. We'll see if the Patriots and Chargers can hold serve and kind of get their game going a little bit. It's close, but it's a little sloggy, which, by the way, probably describes the early parts of the 49er-Eagle game as well, but it got going in the end, and it held serve because the 3 games before it were unbelievable as well. We're live in the Fox Sports Radio studios. So glad you're with us. With Ephraim Salam, Mark Willard with you on just I don't know, just an unbelievable week. I think I'd love to put a bow on the conversation we were just having there, though, about the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't want to make it sound like all of a sudden I think that Jalen Hurts, bad quarterback, Nick Sirianni didn't achieve what he achieved last year. He's been to 2 Super Bowls. They played well in both of them. They won one. That matters. They are minted to a certain degree. But you and I have been talking about this football team all year, and to a degree, people are having a hard time putting their finger on what's going on. I get that, like, okay, the offensive line had some defections and some injuries, and so therefore they didn't play nearly as well. Saquon Barkley coming off a year where he led the league in touches. He wasn't the same player. But let's focus in on, I think, what you're talking about. There was discussion at the trade deadline that the Eagles should consider moving on from A.J. Brown because the discord was that high. And people blew it off. Oh, no. Like, even today, I'm watching A.J. Brown. I'm watching Nick Sirianni run 25 yards to yell at A.J. Brown. And here's Tom Brady on the broadcast going, no, all good, just 2 emotional people. And it's a football game. So these things happen. And I'm like, do they happen every week? It's the same dude that was reading a book on the sideline in the playoffs last year.
Brother, he lost me on that. I'm out.
Right. And it's the same dude that's coming after his quarterback early part of this year on the weekly after they are Super Bowl champs and winning almost every game. And so now, here we go, man. This is going to be a long offseason on Philly sports radio. This is going to, like, I think that they could have, should have addressed this, and they didn't.
You're 100% correct that is a correct assessment. They had an opportunity to address this, and they chose to, no, we're going to keep it together. We're going to use A.J. Brown. We're going to you can't. It doesn't work like that. And you guys made it work last year. It's just worse this year. He even said, I want the ball. It's me. It's not about we won the Super Bowl, and I thought that would make me feel better. It doesn't. It didn't. So what does that leave us as a team? Where does that leave us? And then you constantly have something to say, these cryptic tweets. It's very distracting. And it's all good when you're winning. But the second you stop winning and people go, oh, wait, what's going on over there? Now we got an issue. Now you're at home. A.J. Brown did not have a good game today.
No, he did not. Now, that it kind of it's going to get glossed over because they converted on 4th and 5 or whatever it is on their final drive, which, they didn't end up scoring on anyway. But there's a huge third. I can't remember if it was 3rd and 5 or 3rd and 10. First set of downs when Philly got the ball down by 4. Just a dot of a throw from Jalen Hurts over the middle to A.J. Brown. It just bounced right off his hands.
Yeah, this wasn't his finest moment. And now, Philly is really stuck with, okay, what do we do? What can we do? And the answers are going to be interesting. I can't wait to find out what those answers are, because there's a problem. There's a real problem. And you can keep ignoring it. And you can hope it goes away. But there's a problem here. It's like you said, this offseason is going to be real interesting for them.
I like where their defense is. I love where their defense is. My one criticism of Kyle Shanahan and Brock Purdy today is, why the hell are you going after Quinyon Mitchell?
Well, please,
Did you
not get the announcement? The man is all pro.
And then did you not get the announcement after he picked you off once? You go after him again?
No, we are not, sir. That side is off. Wherever he is, it's off limits.
Off limits. So, in the end, you rallied, you won, you went on the drive that you needed to go on. You overcame 2 picks, but I hope there's learning from that. I love where their defense is, but their offense all year long was just I love the way you said it. There's a problem. I don't even know if they know what it is. It's a really head-scratching situation that their offense looked the way it did this year, and it bit them at the biggest of moments.
Yeah, they if you can't push the ball down the field as an offense in windy conditions, especially if you're having trouble throwing the ball in perfect conditions, how can we ask you to do that in inclement weather? That's essentially what was happening here. It's windy. The ball was flipping all over the place. Tom Brady did an excellent job explaining the nose of the football, and if it's up and the air is going to get under it, it has to be pointed down. And then after he said that, we saw a bunch of balls floundering in
floaty balls,
right? It just was like,
yeah.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
So I mean, Hey man, that'll be. We got other business to worry about other than to waiting on them to implode, because we still got a heck of a playoff coming up and going. It's going to be tremendous. It's a good playoffs so far.
It really has been, and we will not get out of here tonight without a little bit of a breakdown and assessment of what we're looking at with Seattle hosting the Niners and the Bears hosting the Rams. That's the NFC playoff structure. One of those four teams will represent in the Super Bowl, which is at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. The AFC is still coming into focus, but obviously Buffalo moving on. Denver awaits. New England has a narrow lead here, and I know that you're going to have thoughts on one of your ex-teams playing Aaron Rodgers tomorrow night. So I can't wait for all that. Earlier I had mentioned that there was like a little side question that I wanted to ask you, and I think I know your answer, but I'd really love to hear it from somebody who played. And I've asked you this before. What was your list of what you would call major injuries in your career?
For me?
Yes.
I tore my meniscus in a game, and we were playing Minnesota.
Okay.
And I had to have surgery. But I don't know if that was a major injury because I think I missed one game. I came back like 11 days after surgery. Something crazy. It was wild. Shouldn't have done that. My knee is useless right now because of things like that. I broke both my hands at the one a couple weeks apart. I started 14 games with 2 broken hands.
Oh my gosh. You guys.
So that take, and my wife is I'm always giving her props because she's not just a sports fan because I played and all that. Like she truly likes sports and all of that stuff. And so we have a problem when we see offensive linemen on the ground and then they limp off to the sideline and then like in a play or two they come back. Like I have a problem with that because, sir, you're not like other positions.
Right.
When an offensive lineman, this is for everybody who doesn't understand the nuance of a team and by position, there aren't a lot of back, especially tackles. But the toughness level that a team expects from their offensive line it's the highest.
Yep.
Even more so than the defensive line because those guys rotate in and out all the time. When they get tired, they rotate. When they need a break, they rotate in and out, get some fresh bodies in there.
Yep.
The offensive line and the quarterback are the only 2 positions that never come off the field during the time they have the ball.
Yep.
And so the level of toughness that you have to have as an offensive lineman doesn't lend to limping off the sideline and then coming back into the game.
I mean, let me add this. I don't have any experience with it, but you can help me with it. I also just think it's not even the nature, like it is the nature of the position, but it's also the nature of the body. Like when you talk about limping off and you weigh 190 pounds because you're a receiver or a running back, okay. What happens when you limp off and that leg that's hurt is carrying 320 pounds?
Yeah.
That's different, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So I didn't play in an era where guys were coming off the field because they were nicked up or something. Like you would get fined for that. Like for real, we had a fine system that offensive linemen. Every team I've ever been on, we had a fine system, and we like if you made a mistake and you hand clapped, people be like, that was money. That was like $1,000. This is fine, right? If there was ever a play where you didn't touch anyone, that costs money. That's $200.
Wow.
Right? Stuff like things like that. You jump off sides or if you're holding call, all of those. The only thing we didn't really charge for is sacks because stuff happens unless it was excessive. Multiple sack games by one player, that's going to cost you a good penny. But there's a standard we created in that room that you wear sleeves in cold weather, that's a fine. That's going to cost you. And it's not a lot of that anymore. There's a lot of guys, a lot of backup lineman playing, I don't understand what that is. I'm like, where's all this coming from?
Well, I mean, there's also this, and this is a question I want to ask you. It may sound stupid, but like I'm watching George Kittle hop into the locker room earlier today. It's his third injury of the year. He's moving on into his 30s. The whole team has been out just getting crushed, and you know what an NFL body feels like in January. You guys are all beat to hell. I know he wants to be there for his team, and I know it's the playoffs, and he wants to play. When something like that happens, though, and it's a bad one, and you're like, I'm done, and you know you're done right away. After the initial shock, is there any relief? Like,
no.
I don't have to go out there and get just completely beat to hell anymore for at least a little while.
No, it's the opposite.
None. Okay. What is it? What does it feel like?
It's despair. It's despair, especially someone like George. You feel like you're letting your team down.
The team down.
Like George knows there's not another George Kittle on the roster. As a left tackle or offensive lineman, I know teams don't have a bunch of left tackles hanging out on the team.
Right.
There's a reason why you're there and a reason why you're starting. So if you're not out there, it's like the worst thing in the world. That's why I start with 2 broken hands. That's why I play 11 days after surgery, because I know it doesn't work without me. That's what he's thinking. This can't work without me. That's what a guy is thinking when he's carted off and he's like, I just ruined the season for him. And in his case, he may be right. I believe it was calculated that he's worth at least a touchdown a game that he's in. So now you don't get the points, and now that's a 14-point swing. So, no, he's not relieved. He is still angry right now because he knows with him on the field, they have a shot to get to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl. He knows without him, that's a hell of a hill to climb,
no doubt.
And he puts it on his team. It lays it at their feet, and he's dying inside right now. It's going to take a minute. Like, it's going to take a long time. He's going to probably have surgery in the next couple days, so probably tomorrow or Tuesday, and then he's just going to have to be laying there, non-weight bearing, watching his team either excel or suffer without him, and it's going to be the worst thing he's ever experienced.
Here we go again. The another man down for the San Francisco 49ers, but they're in the final 8. And let's talk about that final 8. I have all kinds of questions that I'd love to hear your answers to. Are Sam Darnold and Bo Nix ready for this moment? What do you think about Matt Stafford on the frozen tundra of Soldier Field? And obviously the AFC matchups are not in place yet, but a Borregales field goal has the Patriots now up by 6. Is Josh Allen, who's going to show up in Bo Nix's home coming up next weekend. Let's get into all of that with Ephraim Salam. I'm Mark Willard. This is Fox Sports Radio.
On Mondays, we react.
Oh, my goodness.
To the wins, to the losses.
The better story is in the boozing locker room.
To the biggest plays.
To the 30. He's gone, baby. He's gone.
Mondays are for NFL reactions.
They were going to make enough plays to go win that game.
On Fox Sports Radio.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Are you 50 or older? This news is for you. The CDC recommends you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at risk.
People 50 or older are over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults 18 to 49. Just one shot can help protect you. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. That's VAXassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon.
Hello?
You won't believe where I am.
Are you running?
Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus, 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing. Mom, how do you feel?
I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture, and then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with autopay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence Data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Fox Sports Radio. Did you know we're on YouTube? Did you know you can find all of your favorite shows on YouTube?
Look at us. We're waving at you right now.
Did you know that you can find the best clips and the best videos from your favorite shows?
All the interviews, clips, everything is there.
This is why you're the smartest listeners in the world.
Completely agree.
Because you went to YouTube and you searched Fox Sports Radio, and you were the ones that hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. You're the ones that watch videos from Two Pros and a Cup of Joe with Jonas Knox, Brady Quinn, and LeVar Arrington.
You can't even make this up.
You got some holy water in your bag, baby.
Dan Patrick, Colin Cowherd.
Wow.
Covino and Rich, The Odd Couple with Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Oh, my God.
Oh, boy.
The Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon.
Think about that for a second.
And the Ben Maller Show. Fox Sports Radio. On YouTube.
That's strong stuff.
By searching Fox Sports Radio.
Check us out on YouTube, subscribe, hit that thumbs up icon, and comment away.
Ben Maller, the late night wordsmith.
We speak fluent emoji.
Ben Maller, holding the sports world accountable.
They went out there like a toy poodle with fleas, is how they played in that game.
And when he's right, you'll know about it.
And you know what? I was absolutely right.
It's the Ben Maller Show.
So I've got NASCAR, IHOP, and opera.
Listen on the overnight, 2 a.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. Pacific on Fox Sports Radio.
Accessing.
The one and only.
When Dan Patrick speaks, you better stop and listen.
I must have missed this.
This is the Dan Patrick Show.
While tweeting his disappointment last night after Ole Miss lost, would Lane Kiffin pass a lie detector test?
That'd be good TV. Do I think he was rooting for his team? Former team. I hope. He was also going to get $250,000 if they advanced to the national title game. So he might have been rooting from that angle. But also there has to be part of you that they might win without me and go to the national title game. Like, it's got to be. I don't think it's cut and dry that he's like, of course he's rooting for Ole Miss. I don't know if it's cut and dried. Yes, Marvin.
You know, kind of took words out of my mouth. Personally, I think he wants them to win. Legacy-wise, he does not want them to win. Because the one national championship that he was a part of, he really wasn't a part of because he left before they won.
Okay, you got to pick. So what would you pick?
I'm rooting for him.
Okay. Paul, do you think that Kiffin was rooting for Ole Miss?
If he's a human being at all, yes.
Last I looked, he is a human being.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean.
Seton.
Yeah, I think he was.
Todd?
I like to think the best in people that he wanted his group to. I do. I could be sarcastic and passive-aggressive and be a wise guy, but I would like to think that the humanitarian part of Lane Kiffin, whatever that is he wanted his guys to win it.
You have spent the last, I don't know how long, killing this dude.
I know.
Killing this dude.
Oh, well, my ego is so big that I gotta win it, and I hope that it's it.
If you want to know what Dan Patrick said next, just podcast it by searching The Dan Patrick Show. And as always, you can listen to Dan Patrick live weekdays, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific on Fox Sports Radio. Dan Patrick.
You ready?
Yay! Dan Patrick, always saying the right things.
Here's my thought process with this. If I had abs,
Just think about it. And always asking the right questions.
you don't have to answer it. I have to ask the question.
It's the Dan Patrick Show.
I want publicity.
Doing radio the only way he knows how. Listen weekdays at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific. Right here on Fox Sports Radio.
No competition, they want to be just like me.
We love it when others say they're #1 rated sports network. Because we know it's not true.
Boom, boom.
We have the real numbers. Huge, robust numbers.
It's huge.
This is a big story.
And it's all because of you.
Hey, so far so good.
I think you guys do an incredible job.
The real listeners.
I'm just enjoying listening. Thank you guys for the entertainment.
We are.
Yeah.
Fox Sports Radio. To find FS1 on your television, go to foxsports.com for details.
Go. Check them out.
FS1.
Check them out.
FS1.
All right, these are those Fox Sports Radio studios. That's Ephraim. I'm Mark. Glad you're with us. Wild Card Weekend has been just that. It's Patriots and Chargers' turn. Watching them move toward the fourth quarter right now as we speak. One left to go. Houston Texans, Pittsburgh Steelers, mañana night. So let's go with what we know first next week. The NFC structure is set. I want to ask you if you feel like Sam Darnold is ready for this, but at the same time, he's going against this patchwork defense that we've already been talking about all evening, and wondering if they've got the ability to stop anyone. Then again, I know there's some analytics that will tell you some details about this, but it's a defense that only gave up 19 to the Eagles this week, and they only gave up 13 to the Seahawks last weekend. What do you think about that matchup and Sam Darnold, who has no playoff wins on his resume, and the way that one plays out next week?
It's going to be interesting. The Niners go into that game in worse position than they were.
Correct.
Last week.
Well, except one caveat, and I still think long shot, but the word around the facility is that people have been told divisional weekend is a maybe for Fred Warner. Just throwing it out there.
And you can throw it as far as you can throw it.
You ain't buying it?
Well, let me tell you this. It probably do more harm than good.
You're probably right.
So if that's what you're banking on, that's going to be tough for you guys.
Well, I'd love to know more about why you feel that way. He was running on the side at practice this week.
Yeah.
So talk to me. What is it you know?
If I decided to get up and go running this morning, people would say, "Oh my God, Ephraim's he's coming back."
So you could run straight ahead too, huh?
The level in which that man is going to have to play in order to give you guys a shot to win, running on the side is not going to cut it.
Sure.
And so he will push himself. He will push himself. And it probably won't end the way you guys will want it to end.
Yeah, I know. I hear that.
Please don't bank on that.
No. I don't think anybody's banking on it. I mean, let's just because we're having the conversation, forget how realistic or unrealistic it is. Is another week? Is 3 more weeks helpful? What if they were to get to February?
Then you can do some spot duty.
Spot duty.
But in Seattle, you would need him to help you win the game.
Sure.
like, I need you to help me win the game. So be Fred. Be the all-pro guy. That's not in the cards. So we got to find, just don't hang your hope on that. Let's find a real reason and hope that we can possibly win that game when we couldn't score at all.
At all.
We couldn't score at all.
3 points.
And you were at home, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Now we're going on the road.
Yeah. Now, a Niner fan will point to a uncharacteristic Christian McCaffrey bobble at the 1 yard line.
Whatever you want to point to is perfectly okay.
Yeah.
The fact is, Seattle has a much better team and the best defense in the NFC.
I agree.
And you couldn't score on them a week ago. For all of the marbles, you wouldn't have even played today. Think about how big that loss was and what you lost by winning today.
Mm.
You wouldn't have even been out of the bed.
You wouldn't have even played. That's right.
You would have been sitting at home with your feet up trying to figure out who was coming into town to see you guys. And you couldn't do it with all of that on the line. And now you got more people hurt. Your only saving grace is having Sam Darnold disappear like he has in the past in these big-time games. He didn't last week. That was a big test. Everybody wanted to see if he was going to be able to exercise those demons, and he did for the most part. So that's your only, like, maybe you know, him hearing ghosts or seeing ghosts is coming back.
Well, no, the saving grace is there's two things. One, the saving grace is it doesn't make sense now, so it just needs to keep not making sense. It hasn't made sense all year. They're still here, so you're kind of going to that, like, why not mode. I get all the reasons why not, but there were a bunch of reasons why not today, and they didn't happen. And the other saving grace is that no matter what happens, the world still has Steve DeSager.
And a good evening to you once again. Can I say that the New England Patriots have a robust 6-point lead? If you've seen any of the other
it feels
wild
that
card
way,
games
doesn't it?
this weekend, it's 9-3, New England with the ball. They've crossed midfield. We only have 10.5 minutes left in this game against the Chargers. New England has just taken a timeout. Keep in mind what this wild card weekend has been like so far. We've already set a record. The fact that we've had 4 games and all 4 of them are decided by either 3 or 4 points. First time in any single postseason round that all the games, or 4, put it that way, have been decided by 4 points or fewer. So we're not done with the weekend. We've got this to finish, and it is moving along. And then the Monday night game where the Texans, who've won 9 straight, they have the top-ranked defense, go at Pittsburgh on a Monday night. If you're unfamiliar with the stat, it's rather amazing. I don't know if it'll mean anything tomorrow, but the Steelers franchise has won 23 straight at home on Monday Night Football.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. So it, to say the least, predates Tomlin. I believe it predates Cowher, actually. Patriots 9-3 lead. The Chargers did go for it early in the game on a 4th and goal at the 2-yard line and threw incomplete. But there have been no touchdowns in this game. The teams exchanged short field goals during the first half, and then the Pats got a 35-yarder right before halftime. They've added a 39-yard field goal late in the third quarter. The defense for the Chargers has sacked Drake May 4 times, forced a fumble. They have an interception on him as well. But Drake May on the ground, 7 carries, 69 yards rushing, easily the best on the ground by anybody, either side. The Chargers' first-round running back, Omarion Hampton, thought he was healthy enough after the ankle injury this past month to play. He lasted 1 carry. And so Kamani Vidal has been the ground guy, 11 carries, just 31 yards. Justin Herbert has almost 31 yards rushing on 7 carries. Herbert just 93 yards passing. Drake May 240 yards, but the 2 turnovers as well, and it's 9-3 New England. Earlier, San Francisco won at Philadelphia 23-19. There was a trick play in there for a TD, which we'll get to in a minute, but Christian McCaffrey had 2 touchdown receptions in the fourth quarter. He finished with 6 catches, 66 yards, plus nearly 50 yards rushing on 15 carries. The 49ers are at Seattle next weekend. Therefore, the Rams will play at Chicago. The Bills got 3 total touchdowns from Josh Allen, including a TD with about a minute left to win at Jacksonville 27-24, eliminating a Jaguars team that had won 8 in a row. Khalil Shakir was targeted 12 times for the Bills and had 12 catches for 82 yards. Who is this receiving core that they are taking into the playoffs this year? Wow. Yesterday we had Chicago win and the Rams advanced. A lot of excitement this weekend, and not for the first time on Wild Card Weekend. It's been a joy as a sports fan for all of us to watch this, and not over. And on a bye this weekend, the AFC's 1 seed Denver and the NFC's 1 seed Seattle. College football's national title game is a week from Monday, Indiana at Miami. To the NBA, Toronto in overtime edged Philadelphia 116-115. Atlanta Hawks have a big lead at Golden State, 108-87 with 8 minutes to go. Steph Curry, 26 points in 26 minutes. Phoenix and Oklahoma City with wins. Women's basketball, number 12 LSU beat number 2 ranked Texas 70-65. Now, about that Niners game, there was this play, the trick play with the wide receiver throwing. This is how it sounded on Niners radio. Guy Haberman at the microphone.
Moore in motion. It's a trick play. They give it to Moore. Now flip to Juwan Jennings. End around. Jennings throws it to McCaffrey. And he's got it. McCaffrey caught it for the touchdown.
So that TD made it San Francisco 17-16 with the extra point. That was early fourth quarter at Philadelphia today, which means Juwan Jennings now has 2 career postseason touchdown passes. Somebody tweeted out right after, Derek Carr has just 1 career postseason touchdown pass. Juwan Jennings today completed more passes that were over 15 air yards than Jalen Hurts did. Because Hurts was 0 for 5 going downfield today. This toss from Jennings went over 25 yards downfield, and it winds up being for McCaffrey the deepest TD reception in air yards in his career.
Wow.
So Juwan Jennings, news conference afterwards, asked about next weekend facing the Seahawks for a 3rd time this season.
Can't wait! Can't wait!
I think he's excited.
Okay. We'll see about that.
Brock Purdy had 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. So we can update that Brock Purdy still has the most playoff TD passes by any 7th rounder in the Super Bowl era. That's 8. Pat Hayden had 4 career playoff touchdown passes. He was a 7th rounder of the Rams from USC 50 years ago. And Juwan Jennings has 2. Update, the New England Patriots have just engineered an actual touchdown drive. Drake May, 28 yards to former Charger tight end Hunter Henry. It's 16-3 New England, under 10 minutes left. Back to you.
Well, that game's over.
It seems.
This game has just now matched Juwan Jennings' touchdown total today. This entire game, in fact. So, yes, indeed. Steve, great stuff. Thank you. Awesome. Thanks, tonight. Yeah, appreciate everything. Where are we on, and this is so unfair, but hey, pro sports, so let's do it. Where are we on Justin Herbert? This is 0 for 3. This is third playoff trip. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to act like the Chicago Bears aren't in this game because they're not. They're not coming back from this, the way this game has gone.
Yeah, I don't see them coming back. Nothing they've done has made me been like, oh, okay, they're going.
Right, and there's no like smear campaign on Herbert today. There was the huge lead they had a few years ago in Jacksonville that they coughed up in the playoffs, and then there was, gosh, did he have 4 picks at Houston last year in their first round game? Jim Harbaugh took this job and said, my job is now to get Justin Herbert to the Hall of Fame.
What is it going to do it?
Yeah. I mean, it's year 1, but
year 2.
Yeah.
Year two.
I know his offensive line is just.
They don't have
ravaged
a offensive line.
Yeah.
At all. So, you hold out hope like, if, but you still got to go out there. You still got to play. You still got to produce. And it's just not happening. It's not happening. And I asked a question earlier about New England. And this will be a test for them because they haven't really played anybody at all. As Justin Herbert takes off again, as the pocket collapses on him, on top of his body again. If you don't know the value of an offensive tackles, just watch last year's Super Bowl. Watch the only other Super Bowl Patrick Mahomes has lost. Ask Joe Burrow. Ask Justin Herbert. It doesn't work without linemen as he takes off for his life again.
Yep.
Oh, God. He tried to slide and did the splits. He almost tore his groin right there. It's difficult for him to even get comfortable, and the timing is everything as a quarterback. And if you can't get the timing together on your passing plays, then he has nine rushing yards for 9 rushes for 56 yards. It's you're skiing uphill, and that's what it feels like watching this. It feels like he's skiing uphill. He's got time in the pocket. Anyone open? Nope. So what happens is the timing is everything. So if you spend the first 2 downs scrambling for your life, and then you finally get time in the pocket, your timing is off.
Right.
You're not in a rhythm. So even though you have time in the pocket, your interior clock is still going. That's why they're always trying to move quarterbacks off their spot. You put pressure on them, you hit them. They don't, go through the reads in the time that they would normally do, and that's what's happening right now.
We sit live in these Fox Sports Radio studios. That's Ephraim Salaam.
As he sacked. Oh, God.
Mark Willard, yeah.
Oh, my God. I think he may be done for the game.
Oh, boy. Well, I don't want to see that.
And it was fumble, and it's, oh, gosh, that's bad.
Yeah.
No, don't pick him up. No. Offensive lineman, just go and just snatch him up off the ground.
Yeah, let this one be. Let's So we'll update this situation coming up next. God. That was not a good looking one at all. We'll update that situation next. We need to talk about the Rams and the Bears, and I think we can probably somewhat fairly discuss the idea of Bills and Broncos, and then obviously the New England Patriots would be awaiting the winner of tomorrow night's game, and I want to hear from you on that one as well. So we'll do all of that coming up next right here on Fox Sports Radio.
The national championship game is set. Miami.
Miami wins. Miami's going to the national championship.
Indiana.
Indiana wins. The #1 team in the country.
A national champion is coming. The best college football playoff coverage on Fox Sports Radio.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds on my car insurance. Really smart. Unfortunately, I didn't check if I took the gas hose out of my car's tank. Ooh, not smart. And I drove off while still attached to pump number 3.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
Potential savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
The Herd When Colin Cowherd drops the info, the herd, you need to listen.
Everybody listen up!
Miami, the Miami Hurricanes, will be the most talented team in the national championship. They've got more talent than Indiana, and they physically dominated Ole Miss. But Ole Miss took 2 fourth-quarter leads. That's why I'm not sure if Miami can beat an Indiana. Between the Hurricanes' drop passes, drop picks, late hits, penalties, and weird play calling, you let your opponent back in games all year. Miami needed a touchdown with 18 seconds left, yet they had a 41-minute to 18-minute time of possession advantage. They pushed Ole Miss all over the field. You can't beat Indiana and be that inefficient. I don't care how much more talent you have. I mean, why did Carson Beck throw 37 times? Why? He could have thrown 7 times. They were running all over Ole Miss, and they started doing flea flickers and difficult passes and risky sideline throws. I don't know if Miami plays complimentary football, but it is just a flood of speed and size and strength and power and aggressiveness. And let's just see what happens. So if you want to watch talent, turn on the Miami Hurricanes, a team that's massively improved from the middle of the season. This team lost to Louisville. And Louisville's not a bad program, but I mean, this team has really improved, and that speaks to the coaching staff. They're like a 14-year-old after a big bag of Skittles. They're all over the place. But you got to appreciate...
If you're eager to find out what Colin said next, just podcast it by searching The Herd. And as always, you can listen live to Colin Cowherd, weekdays at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, on Fox Sports Radio. This is the Jason Smith Show.
Check this out.
Pay attention. With Mike Harmon.
Mike McDaniel was fired as head coach of the Miami Dolphins a day after he said, I'm helping the search for the new GM. Ooh, awkward. I would give Miami the benefit of the doubt for that because we saw the 4 coaches getting fired. And I knew after that you were going to see a couple more because the coaches that did get fired are guys that are going to be sought after in other places, right? Because the other guys that are out there was no must-haves. There's no, here's the next great offense coordinator. There's no Ben Johnsons this year to go out there, right? There's none of those guys. There's no, hey, Mike Vrabel got let go and he was sitting out, he would go. There are none of those guys. But now that, the 2 best guys that are now candidates were just let go, you knew a couple of teams were going to do it.
You're listening to Jason Smith with Mike Harmon. Weeknights at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific on Fox Sports Radio. This is The Herd.
You got to be consistent.
With Colin Cowherd.
Mike check. The Matt Stafford, Drake May MVP, and it's down to those 2. Folks, I don't think it's terribly close. You have to consider schedules. 13 of 14 New England wins were against teams with losing records. The best team New England played was Buffalo, and they don't have a good defense. You have to consider schedule. The NFL literally does for its tiebreakers. Listen, Drake May, a little bit of it is the shiny new object syndrome. He's the new toy. Everybody, the new popular kid in school. I get it. Drake May's fantastic. But you're talking about the easiest schedule in 26 years, and the best team they played really isn't a great defensive team in Buffalo. That was the tough one. Sorry, I got to go with Matt Stafford.
This is The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
Wow.
Weekdays at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. Do you know what sets us apart from the rest? It's our ability to talk the talk.
Back to what I'm saying.
And being able to walk the walk.
If you want knowledge, listen to Fox Sports Radio.
We have the shows.
You can't be weak. Can't be soft and weak.
We have the talent.
Ta-da! Over the top, in your face.
We're just plain better than the rest.
It's about the consistency.
We're Fox Sports Radio. And we have the premier sports lineup in the business.
1.
FS1. To find FS1 on your television, go to foxsports.com for details. FS1. Go to Fox Sports.
Well, finally maybe has a little bit of a dud. We'll see. But the Patriots look like they've got control of the Los Angeles Chargers late in this one. By the way, with the iHeartRadio app, you can stream us wherever you happen to be. Catch us and all of the Fox Sports Radio shows live 24/7. in the new and improved iHeartRadio app. You just search Fox Sports Radio in the app. You stream us live all day, every day. Then be sure to select Fox Sports Radio as one of your presets in the iHeart app, so it will always pop up at the top of your screen. My partner, Ephraim Salam, used to put on the Houston Texans uniform, so I do want to get to them versus Aaron Rodgers in a second, but let's get to the other half of that NFC bracket also. Look, the Bears, I said it off the top of the show, I feel like that's a crazy way to live, and it's going to bite you at some point, but it hasn't bitten them yet, number one. And number two, hey, remember the first half of the year when people used to say the Rams had a good defense?
Yes.
What happened? What's going on here? Like, I feel like people are ignoring the hell out of this conversation. I really do, because I still hear, the Rams, I know they got to go on the road, but that's probably the team. I feel like that's your take from week 10, and you just won't let it go.
Yeah, something has to change.
Right, if you watch the way the Falcons game, the Cardinals game, the Panthers, if you watch what's happened the last month with the Rams, yes, their offense is phenomenal. What the hell's going on the defensive side of the ball?
Yeah, that is the $1 trillion question. I don't know what happened all of a sudden. They just, I mean, you would think, there must be missing, players and all, but they still got Verse. They still have, what's the other Young?
Yep.
It's just not showing up. Like teams are moving the ball consistently against them. And I tell you what, you can only ask Matthew Stafford to save you so many times. You got to give him some help, because that's what it's boiling down to. It's becoming a Buffalo situation. Now, Puka Nacua was out of his mind, right? Like it's just
player. Such a good
goodness
player.
gracious, out of his mind. And so now, we got to really, the rubber's hitting the road now, man.
I'm looking at the way that Bears defense plays, and I'm thinking, well, Stafford's going to pick them apart. But then I go, but then what the hell happened in the second half last night? They lost their best linebacker. He not coming back. But they also, they started to play a little inspired football. They got the momentum. Things are going downhill. This is going to be, I don't know what the weather's going to be like in Chicago next week. That could be a little bit difficult on the Rams. I don't know, man. I guess in a way, this is the playoffs we should have expected, which is all the things I thought that I knew. I don't know.
No, I mean, coming into the playoffs, we really didn't, and what we've seen so far, I mean, Carolina could have won that game easily.
Easily.
And, you look at the other games, it's, Green Bay had complete control and was dominant in that game until they weren't. And so now, Philadelphia forgot to show up and remembered, hey, oh, God, they're hitting this is bad. It's almost like, what can you got to help this young man. Or you Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
He's going to be in on IR.
We'll see if he's able to make the team flight. Forget the Hall of Fame.
It's just a regular stunt. You got to be able to pick this up. You got to be able to see this. Where are y'all going? How do you not? You know why?
They're back.
Because he
They're
has
backups,
no.
Man.
He has no. They have no business starting.
Yeah.
In a playoff, he's laughing. All he could do is laugh.
Yeah.
It's a simple, X stunt with a safety pressure. It's 3-on-3. The guard and the tackle and the running back have the 3, and they missed all 3 of them. I guess it's not rocket science, but they're not equipped to even see it happening. The reason I was able to play so long is because I would call that out immediately.
Yep.
I would put everybody on the same page. I would reach behind. I would signal to the running back. That would be picked up, and we'd have 40 yards in 40-yard pass down the field. That's the difference. Look, oh my God, the left tackle just. Oh goodness gracious.
Hey,
watch it. I'm telling you.
Give everybody 15 seconds on Steelers Texans. I think Houston's winning this game.
I think Houston is winning it as well. I know they get DK Metcalf back, but I just think that defense and getting after Aaron Rodgers as fast as he's throwing the ball, they're going to be hungry and they're going to be eating. Left tackle didn't block anyone. Good Lord. I'm done.
Can I prop you up for the beginning of this show?
Oh.
You did the darn thing, brother.
Come on, brother. That's
for Ephraim. I'm Mark. Good night.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-444-2013. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-444-2013. That's 800-444-2013. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-444-2013. 800-444-2013.
To find FS1 on your television, go to foxsports.com for details.
Go! Check them out.
FS1.
Check them out.
FS1. Jason Smith and Mike Harmon are dropping knowledge like this.
These guys are sick, man.
Fernando Mendoza was terrific, right? Like, he was terrific. But you saw one team that was clearly on a different level. Not that any quarterback would have come in and did what Fernando Mendoza did tonight, but he was really, as great a night as he had, this was a head of the snake night. There was nobody on Indiana that had a bad night. There was nobody you could say, they could have, Mendoza only threw for 177 yards, right? But he threw for 5 touchdowns. They ran for more yards than they threw for, right? Like they did everything. They took this high-powered Oregon offense and forced them into 3 turnovers in the first half, and all the yards and points they had were in garbage time. Like, this was as good a game as you could get from Indiana. Like, they were on another level. And that, honestly, that's my only fear for them in the championship game against Miami. Miami is a solid team across the board, right? They're very physical. They have shown that they can hold on to the football, and they don't need to throw the football down. There's no short possessions. I feel like every Miami drive is they take over at the other team's 45, and they run 14 plays, 45 yards and a touchdown, and they take 9 minutes off the clock, right? That's everything. So I can see Miami, hey, this game plan is terrific because what Miami does well, they're solid everywhere. But the only thing that, honestly, for this Indiana team is you're going to get a little bit of a bounce from this game to the next game, right? You played as good as you can a week ago. Now this is almost a perfect football game. I can't believe you have another level to get to in the national championship game, and you're going to get a little bit of a bounce in that game. So that's the one thing that tells me, hey.
To get the rest of what Jason Smith and Mike Harmon said, podcast it by searching The Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon. And as always, you can hear The Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon weeknights at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, right here on Fox Sports Radio.
Basically, get out of the way.
The Dan Patrick Show.
Dan Patrick.
If there was no drama surrounding this, and maybe, it's not fair to do this, but I did wonder this. Did they benefit from this with Lane Kiffin leaving? And sort of, hey, he doesn't want us. Like, they kind of rallied around this. And I know it sounds strange that the guy who recruited all these players, built this team, got you in this position. Were you better because Lane Kiffin wasn't your coach last night? As strange as that may sound. And I would say, I don't think you were better, but I think you were bitter. And because of that, I think you played with that chip on your shoulder, but you would have benefited from having Lane Kiffin there because now your head coach could have just concentrated on the defense.
The Dan Patrick Show.
Dan and the Danettes and you.
Weekdays 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific on Fox Sports Radio. It's Jason Smith.
Oh, you're that bloke on the radio.
It's Mike Harmon.
Ta-da! I'm kind of a big deal.
And they talk sports.
The one person that this playoff is not fun for is my wife.
Amongst other things.
I had an incredibly long dream about Jerry Jones last night.
Really? Did I mention they're best friends?
You're hateful, and I'm positive.
It's the Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon.
Bang.
Weeknights at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific on Fox Sports Radio. FS1.
Call your friends and ask how they doing.
To find FS1 on your television, go to foxsports.com for details.
Boom. Trust your eyes.
FS1. And here's what you need to know.
2 minutes to go in the NFL Wild Card Playoff game at New England. Patriots lead the Chargers 16-3. A 4th down and 9 coming up for the Chargers. Justin Herbert has been battered all night from the patchwork offensive line in front of him. He is by far the leading ground gainer for his team. 10 carries, 57 yards. San Francisco earlier did win at Philadelphia 23-19, even though Brock Purdy had 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions thrown. But Christian McCaffrey had 2 touchdown catches in the 4th quarter. Buffalo won at Jacksonville, ending the Jaguars' 8-game winning streak, 27-24, on Josh Allen's touchdown with about a minute left. He had 3 TDs. Khalil Shakir, 12 receptions, 82 yards. Looks like the Bills will be on the road next weekend at Denver. We know 49ers will be at Seattle. Finishing up Wild Card weekend tomorrow night, it's the Houston Texans at Pittsburgh. I'm Steve DeSager.
Let's go, man! Go, boy! Let's go! I need you, baby!
This is Fox Football Sunday.
Come on.
And we're breaking down your football day.
Physical. One play at a time.
You're listening to Fox Football Sunday from the Plains.
Caught! Touchdown!
Keep it running to the right. He's got room at the 40 to post game. Your football teams are repped here. Fox Football Sunday is now. Live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Arnie Spaniard and Chris Plank.
Oh, let's go, stinking genius.
Let's go, big boy. Let's go. Let's
We
go.
are in the midst of wrapping up one of the more entertaining weekends of wild card football action with a bit of a dud. Still at the 2-minute warning, 4th and 9 for the Chargers, but they're down 2 scores. 16-3, the Patriots look to be on its way to a matchup next week. We'll know who they're going to play after tomorrow night's game, but dang, man, this has been brutal to watch as far as protecting Justin Herbert. The Chargers, he just gets killed on 4th and 9. That's ball game. Oh, my gosh. Just an all-out. I was listening to Ephraim before us.
Right.
And I don't know if there's anything better than hearing Ephraim talk about different stunts and talk a little X and O because the guy knows offensive line play better than anyone. That's the 5th sack of the night tonight by the Patriots. Now, in fairness, the Chargers do have 6 sacks of Drake May, but it feels like, Arnie, just watching it, that the Patriots have had like 15 sacks in this game.
Well, how many weekends have we've come on here, and even DeSager just bringing up the injuries and all that, even though I poo-pooed it a little bit.
A little bit.
You got to find bigger fat guys to protect them when one goes down, next guy up. But it's been a debacle for, about a month now, it seems like. This is nothing new, though. It wasn't
when Joe Alt went down, that was pretty much
6
whenever
weeks ago, was it?
things started to go a little bit south for him. But it magnifies that you kind of are who you are on the offensive line in the NFL once you get past like the trade deadline or maybe even before it, because there's not just a bunch of interior offensive linemen who can be difference makers or left tackles who are going to come shut someone down that are just sitting out there in free agency or waiting to get an offer. You gotta build that through the draft. You got to build that through the season. And man, the Patriots absolutely took advantage of it tonight. You know what though? It's kind of wild. because in every team now that's won this weekend, I also feel like you can come away saying, pretty much blew that thing. They nearly blew that thing at 1.2. I mean, took a miraculous comeback from the Bears, right? I mean, a thing that, I mean, I'll be honest with you, I'd kind of given up on the game last night. I thought, well, this is over. I gave my kids the remote, and the next thing you know, I see Twitter blowing up.
That was unbelievable. That was great.
No.
I mean,
were you on during it last night? Did you work last night?
No, I didn't work last night, but I kept saying to myself, if they're going to be mad at anybody, be mad at themselves. They blew opportunity after opportunity, but yet the Packers never put them away. Never
put them away.
Never finished it off, and that's what happened.
Rams, Panthers. I mean, how easily could it took an unbelievable play by Colby Parkinson on an unbelievable throw by Matt Stafford with 38 seconds left to secure that. I mean, the Bills tried like crazy to lose that game. The Jaguars were a mess. And don't even get me started on how a defense minus just about every single one of its playmakers.
That's crazy, yeah.
In what the San Francisco 49ers brought out today. How that team just shut down the Eagles and move on with a 23-19 win. But yet, Brock Purdy still threw 2 picks, and they're an injury prone team right now. George Kittle's now out for the season, it looks like. But every single team that won, it's amazing. It's been enthralling. It's been jaw-dropping. It's been awesome because this weekend sometimes sucks for the NFL. But Arnie, every team that won, you kind of come away saying, there's some warts there.
Yeah, don't let this last game bother you because all the games before then were just fantastic. They were close games and, so much suspense and come from behind victories. And I saw some stat about all these lead changes in the fourth quarter among the 4 games or whatever it was. It was just a lot of fun. Finally, a really great weekend. And, the NFL already puts out a good product and just throw this on top of it. I mean, I could only assume the ratings were probably through the roof because people are staying all the way through the game. And it was just a great weekend.
And we got another game to go.
Yeah, one more.
Got one more game to go. But, I mean, you are pretty much Mr. I need to be entertained 24/7, 365, or I hate everything in the sport. Right. I don't think you have much to complain about over these last few days.
Not at all. I mean, like you said, the Bears come from behind victory over the Packers. What was their percentage of winning? I know you hate looking at stuff like that, but it must have been way down. I mean, that was a great comeback. Caleb Williams, I mean, if you're going to if we look back at his future and look back at it, this was the game that probably got him over the hump. This was a unbelievable game for him. If he goes on to have a great career, this will be the game that made him. You mentioned the Rams. What happened to that defense? I heard the guys talking about it beforehand. Maybe it's just a one-game thing, but give the Panthers a lot of credit. Their future's looking real good. Remember when Bryce Young was benched a couple of years ago? And we're like, well, his career is done. He's not going to be a starter anywhere else, and he should go somewhere else. And now look what's going on. And the Bills and Jaguars, it wasn't maybe so much the Bills, Jacksonville. Man, they made a great run at the end of the year, 8 in a row, and just came up short. Their future's looking real good. Trevor Lawrence had a phenomenal year. So they just did a few tweaks, and they'll be just fine. And the Patriots, I kept saying to myself, they played such an easy schedule, Chris. It was so damn easy. And yet it didn't make a difference right now. They got the perfect matchup in the Chargers, and they put them away too. So.
Yep, final score. It is a final. Patriots win it 16-3. This game became so kind of one-sided after New England got a 2-score lead on Hunter Henry's touchdown reception.
Right, yeah.
It got so, I don't know, too uphill might be the way to put it. You kind of thought the Chargers weren't coming back in this one as a 2-score deficit. That the big story became that Mike Vrabel got his lip cut celebrating. So he's bleeding from his lip a little bit. That's all NBC can talk about right now. That shows you what it was like down the stretch. But, I mean, I'm not great on these shows because to me, I know you like to knee-jerk like crazy. Oh, this guy looked terrible.
Well, why
They're
don't
not
you
going to
just
win
say
the next
it?
round.
Well, I'm waiting for you to say it. We could be here for 3 hours. So why don't you just go ahead and say it now since the game just ended?
Which is what?
The emperor has no clothes. Justin Herbert is not this elite quarterback that everybody's making him out to be, for crying out loud. I know he was hurt. I know that hand looks like it's got to be very painful.
Right.
But let's be honest, man. Let's back him down a few pegs because he's not that great like you all made him out to be. That's for sure.
Would you take him as the starting quarterback of the Dolphins?
No. How about that? N-O is no on that one.
You're so full of it right
No,
now.
I'm not full of it. What, after what you saw today, what makes you say, like,
he was sacked 5 times. If it's not for Justin Herbert, they're not even in the game. That's not what my point is, I don't need your too much. Yeah. Survive and advance at this point. Now, if you want to bury Justin Herbert and what he means for the end of the Chargers need to go in a direction, fine, you do it. You and Portnoy can have an absolute blast on Twitter right now.
Tell me who I'd rather have, Drake May or Justin Herbert. I think that's an easy answer. Is it not, my friend?
Right. Well, I mean, you're talking about comparing him to the MVP, so yeah, that's fine. I'll take May right now. You mentioned one,
right? So there you go. So I mean, you're.
I asked, would you rather have him or Tua as your quarterback right now, in Miami?
That's a coin flip right now, man.
It's not a coin flip. You're full of crap.
That's a coin flip right now.
You got Tua out the door.
We had Justin Herbert the first time. Thank goodness
with a makeshift offensive line, is somehow had his team in position to nearly have the 1 seed. I still don't know. Well, maybe I do now. Why they rested everyone in Week 18. Right, but yeah, go ahead and bury him. You buried Caleb Williams this time last year. Go ahead.
Well, it's just, that's fine. Now he said he had him in a position to. Well, now he's got him in a position to vacation somewhere very nice, and they don't have to wait. They can start on it on Monday. So congratulations to Justin Herbert. Maybe he can go vacation. Was that a real picture of Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes vacationing in some exotic island?
You have like 3 fake stories on the rundown.
Did I send you 3 of them today?
Just about.
But they were so good.
The Danny Hurley one is fake.
Oh, that's really fake?
Yeah, that's super fake.
No, I wanted that one to be true.
I know.
Can we pretend it's true?
No, I don't think you can, because you basically have him using a slur.
Yeah, but I just like the part where they said he could be suspended for a year.
Right, right.
So that's not true.
That's not true.
I was going to rip him. Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, so you can take that off there.
Right, let me take that one off.
I was digging through the logo, the NBA logo story.
Oh, don't tell me that's not true.
I think they took some liberties with the quote, but again, I don't want to ruin your parade too much.
Don't tell me the NBA logo changing that's not true.
I think that there's one entity that's reporting this. It's not from Shams.
Then I'll go with it. That's good enough for me.
But they're
what,
not.
The Onion?
Something like that. It's not quite NBA Central, but I'll say maybe in this instance we got to pull back on a few of these. And I think you've started it with the ultimate fake, which is that you wouldn't take Justin Herbert as the starting quarterback of the Dolphins right now. By the way, they finally fired it. We'll get to more of the playoffs coming up tonight. There are three matchups set for divisional weekend. With that win by the Patriots, it means they'll get the winner of the Texans-Steelers game. The other AFC game is Bills-Broncos in Denver. The Niners will take on the Seahawks for the 3rd time this year, while the Rams will travel to Chicago. So
that's going to be a good one.
The Bills-Broncos games and the Niners-Seahawks are the Saturday games. Rams-Bears and then the Patriots versus the winner of the Steelers and Texans will be the Sunday game. DeSager will have more on that coming up in about 20 minutes from now. You finally fired the chemistry professor this week.
Yeah, I got to tell you, a little surprised because they didn't do it immediately.
Why'd they wait?
Well, because Harbaugh became available, and they're like, okay, we're going to go ahead and make the switch. I'm surprised Harbaugh is not the head coach right now. So, I thought that would be a done deal by the time we did the show. Everybody's talking about how he's going to, I'm talking about McDaniel, going to land on his feet. And there's several teams looking at him, whether he's going to be a offensive coordinator or anything like that. I don't think he's a bad guy. I just think he was in over his head. And also, I think he had to work with a quarterback that he probably didn't want and wanted to make a move, but he couldn't do something. He couldn't make that move. So I feel bad for him, but the Dolphins had to do it. Once the Dolphins get Harbaugh, I'm going to be sending an email to our boss telling him I'm going to be needing next Super Bowl off to go see the Dolphins. Once the Dolphins get Harbaugh, it's pretty much a done deal. We'll be looking at the Super Bowl, big boy. Once we get a coach in there that knows what he's doing, so I'm excited about that. As for the GM, what's the guy, the John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt or something like that? What's his name? John Eric Sullivan or something like that.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't. Like I tell you, coordinators, GMs doesn't make a difference. Just get the right guys in there and leave the rest up to Harbaugh. Okay, get out of his way. Just give him the keys to the place and get out of his way. He'll take care of everything else out there.
Can we pause for a moment here, just for a second? You destroy the Ravens on the regular on this show.
Yeah,
destroy them. Why the hell do you want their coach now?
Well, first of all, he's a great coach. That's the first thing, too. It's not his fault, what was going on there. You know where I stand on Lamar Jackson. I've been anti-Lamar Jackson.
There's a good chance he's probably going to want to bring him with him.
Well, I tried to tell you guys. Well, I'll get to that later on when it happens. But I tried to tell you, even when he was winning MVPs, he's not that good. I tried to tell you that the Emperor had no clothes years back, but you laughed at me and you called me bad names.
You've used the Emperor has no clothes now twice on the
know
show
that, but
to describe two really good quarterbacks, Justin Herbert and Lamar Jackson. But go ahead.
Guess what? I was right once, and I'm right twice now because exactly what's going on. So Lamar Jackson, look, his stock has dropped way down for crying out loud.
According to who?
It hasn't dropped way down. I'm making that up.
I mean, you wouldn't take. I go back to my question. 30 teams would take him as their starting quarterback.
Why? First of all, why are you asking? Oh, because they don't want him in Baltimore anymore? Because the fans
I haven't
don't want
heard that
him
at
there?
all. They moved on from their coach.
Oh, please. You know what you just said, though. He's going to bring him with him. You know that.
He could try to.
Hopefully not. Hopefully not.
Arnie, I don't think you have to worry about it. I don't think John Harbaugh's coming to Miami.
Why not? He has a good relationship with Ross, the owner.
I mean, and Stephen Ross had a good relationship with like 10 other people. I see Tom Brady, Sean Payton. We can go down the list of all these people that allegedly had a great relationship.
Maybe you don't understand.
With your owner.
He's worth Mr. Ross to you, sir, is worth $20 billion, sir.
Okay. I mean, so are you going to pay John Harbaugh all that money?
I'll pay him whatever he wants. It's not my money.
Why are you suddenly smitten with the man whom you destroy on a regular basis?
I don't destroy him. I destroy the Ravens.
When you destroy the team, it's his team. He's the coach.
It's all about the quarterback.
He works with the GM in concert with him quite a bit at Baltimore. At least he did.
I could see through that. You guys couldn't see through it. You guys couldn't see through it. I could.
You're the only one.
I tried to. I think I was. Did I not tell you that I'd rather play Hundley than Lamar Jackson? And you wanted me to get fired when I said something like that.
Well, you probably should have. But then again, I don't get to make
look who turned
calls.
out to be right again, right?
You didn't turn out. Snoop Hundley is terrible.
And he's a good listener too.
Apparently so. With the commercials.
That's from his commercial. You like that? Right. I'm using my good stuff today. This is my A material.
Well, I mean, I told Lee to lap. I'm like, Lee, Arnie didn't have a fill-in, so you got to be patient with him through like the first 30 minutes of the show. He's got a lot of hot takes he wants to get out. Now, not quite to the degree of Rob Parker, who wanted to fire Andy Reid the day after the Super Bowl, but there'll be some fire being spit right now, especially with the Dolphins making their move. I mean, what's the better opening right now? Because apparently John Harbaugh is looking at two quarterbacks that he's researching, and I don't really know who that quarterback would be at Miami whenever all the talk seems to be around him somewhat being enamored with the possibility to coach Jackson Dart.
Well, first of all, he has a better quarterback at Miami than he does in New York.
I don't think he feels that way.
What are you talking about? Because in Miami, he could have anybody he wants. He could bring anybody he wants.
Well, I mean,
in New York, he has
to
be with Jackson Dart. You look. Come on, man. Stop with your baloney. You know that he could go once they get rid of Tua. He could bring in
There's
like Denver.
a price to be paid to get rid of Tua. You're going to have to do what the Broncos did. You're not going to be able to go out and get someone this year because of the ridiculous contract that you have with him.
We have to get rid of Tua. Then we'll get rid of Tua. That's the way it is. We go to the draft. We'll get ourselves a quarterback.
Well, okay, then who do you want?
Well, that's going to be a little bit of a problem. We don't have a top 2 pick for Moore or Mendoza, so we got a problem there.
Yeah, again, you're just kind of – I'm asking questions, and I feel like the answers you give me, Mr. I'm the ultimate fan, I feel like they're the most pie-in-the-sky Disney thing on the planet I've ever – I could bring my daughter in here, and she could give you all of these incredible things, and you're just like – you're not living in reality.
But if I would have told you, I'll just wait till the last round and take a quarterback Oh, you would have laughed at me like that. Boom, San Francisco.
Right. It's the only example you have of that.
Well,
There's
how many
never been
examples you want
another
me to
Mr.
give?
Irrelevant. More than one. There's 32 teams. We're talking about a draft that's lasted. How long has the draft been around? 80 years?
You want the Dolphins to keep
There's been
Tua?
one time, and you're like, well, it's happened.
You want the Dolphins to keep Tua? Is that what you're saying? Is that
I don't think that the Dolphins know what they want to do. So far be it from me to try to tell you who's going to be the quarterback. I don't think John Harbaugh is going to be the coach of the Dolphins. Now, granted, I am on fire right now with saying something's not going to happen and then it happening. So there might be a really good chance. But apparently, I mean, were the Dolphins even on the list of his teams that he was going to talk to?
I thought there was, 4? Was there 4 teams he came up with or what?
Yeah, I don't know that. It's almost like the Dolphins made the move in order to try to talk to him.
Right,
right. But apparently,
I thought they made the move because they were pretty sure they were going to get him, because there was a connection there. Am I wrong about that?
I think you're pretty wrong about that.
Well, I'm wrong about the connection between Ross and the.
No.
Harbaugh
I
family?
think Artie, this is, dude. You've done this for a long time. All right.
Yeah.
How many times you hear about relationships between owners and GMs and people, and everyone loses their mind about it, and nothing happens. It's like you're basing all of this because of this relationship that you read on, I don't know, NFL, RMRS, or I don't know, somewhere that's like, oh, but they're good buddies. I mean, that doesn't go far at all.
I saw they were going to interview, Shula, one of the Shulas?
Yeah, the Shula that's the Rams defensive coordinator. He's good. He's getting interviewed by the Raiders, too.
I'm like, don't do that to me. Come on, man. Let's go. Let's get a big name in there. Come on, man. Enough with this coordinator crap.
Harbaugh told Fox that a number of teams have reached out to him since he was fired, but he plans to pick around 3 or 4 teams before starting talks. He said he was using the weekend to evaluate his options.
If the Dolphins don't get Harbaugh or Stefanski, I may become a Raider fan.
Harlan said he received calls from 7 NFL teams. That's his agent, Brian Harlan.
There's only 8 openings.
Expressing interest in his client. At least one inquiry had come from a team that still had a coach in place at the time, and that was the Dolphins. So there is that.
Wow.
Where we want to talk to you, and he probably said, you have a coach, I'm not going to talk to you, and then they made a move. So we'll see if he does it. I'm glad to see that you are very much grounded in reality on this right now.
Okay, so if we can't get Harbaugh and we can't get Stefanski, is that what you're telling me?
I don't know about Stefanski at all. I think he's I think he's the number 2 choice to a lot of people that are all over Harbaugh right now.
What about Sirianni?
Dude, it wouldn't surprise me at all. It would not surprise me at all.
Well, I think he's
there's
gone.
A move.
I think he's gone now. I used to think there was no way he's going to be gone. I'm like 50-50 on it right now.
He's run through a couple coordinators. Well, okay, how about this? I know we got a break, Lee. What if Philadelphia calls John Harbaugh and says, you can braid Ton Monken. All we care about is you relying on our analytics people, and you got to keep Vic Fangio. What if Philly calls John Harbaugh?
Does he really want to go there?
Does he really want to go to Miami? Does he? Really want
Miami's
to go to
a bad place to go.
Does he really want to go to
lifestyle.
Vegas?
Yeah,
Does he really want to? I mean, you're acting like you're acting like you're selling people on. Hey, man, come to South Beach. John Harbaugh is like 63 years old. You think he gives a damn about South Beach or Miami? No, he wants to go to a place where he can stick it to the Ravens and win games. I'm glad to see you're as delusional over this as I expected you to be. All right, we got a break.
We got to get somebody's got to coach.
Well, I mean, you're going to. It's going to end up being a dude that you hate that ends up being a rock star. It'll be someone you can't stand that will end up being amazing. All right, playoffs. Second round, I guess we should say divisional round is set. Great day today of wild card action, even with the Pats kind of pulling away from the Chargers late with their 16-3 win. Niners, Bills advance. Let's break down those games next with Arnie and Plank right here on Fox Sports Radio.
The NFL is not for the weak.
You bring in your coach, and it costs you.
It's brutal.
I don't like to fire people.
And nothing is more brutal than the firing of a head coach.
Ravens have fired head coach John Harbaugh.
Yep, another one gone.
Not surprised.
For all the latest, keep it right here on Fox Sports Radio.
I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds on my car insurance. Really smart. Unfortunately, I didn't check if I left the pizza box on top of my car before driving home. Not smart. Oh, and a semi just turned my deep dish into a thin crust.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
Potential savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
This new year, get started on your next success with University of Maryland Global Campus. Apply by February 11th and get your application fee waived. An accredited state university, UMGC offers online and hybrid classes, along with more than 135 degrees and certificates in fields like business, cybersecurity, healthcare, and more. Gain the skills you need to achieve your career goals. Get your application fee waived through February 11th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chef.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9871. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9871. That's 800-575-9871. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Fox Sports Radio. Did you know we're on YouTube? Did you know you can find all of your favorite shows on YouTube?
Look at us. We're waving at you right now.
Did you know that you can find the best clips and the best videos from your favorite shows?
All the interviews, clips, everything is there.
This is why you're the smartest listeners in the world.
Completely agree.
Because you went to YouTube and you searched Fox Sports Radio, and you were the ones that hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. You're the ones that watch videos from Two Pros and a Cup of Joe with Jonas Knox, Brady Quinn, and LeVar Arrington.
You can't even make this up.
You got some holy water in your bag, baby.
Dan Patrick, Colin Cowherd.
Wow.
Covino and Rich, The Odd Couple with Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Oh, my God.
Oh, boy.
The Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon.
Think about that for a second.
And The Ben Maller Show. Fox Sports Radio. On YouTube.
That's strong stuff.
By searching Fox Sports Radio.
Check us out on YouTube, subscribe, hit that thumbs up icon, and comment away.
You're a couple. You're a team. I give you. It's Rob Parker.
Let's just deal with the facts, not the feelings.
It's Kelvin Washington.
Man, let's ride.
Put your hands together.
And they're the Odd Couple. Teaming up and making plays.
Dude, you can be the guy.
Most nights. I'm the poo-poo king.
Oh, boy.
I want to hear what they have to say.
I'm not gonna lie, the Chiefs were clinched.
Listen to The Odd Couple every weekday, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, on Fox Sports Radio. Ladies and gentlemen.
Here they are. Their morning show is funny.
Kind of set the tone for my day.
This is the show that has two pros and a cup of Joe.
Who is Joe?
LeVar Arrington, Brady Quinn, and Jonas Knox.
If Keywan Lacey doesn't go out for that period of time between the touchdown and when he came back, and he didn't look the same when he came back, did that make a difference to you guys? Because it felt like if he was 100% healthy, it might have been a different game.
He was effective.
To me, it felt like Ole Miss couldn't, like Miami was dictating terms offensively. Like that final drive, it seemed like Ole Miss defensively was really the letdown in that game, to where I don't know that they were going to be able to consistently stop Miami. And, you know, that last drive, their defense looked gassed at the end. And it's that Miami offensive line that